Shalom.
Shalom.
Welcome back to Stream of Wisdom, Norfolk, Virginia, live on Facebook for Thursday night sisters class. We're asking everybody in class and online to like, comment, share it, help get the classes out. As y'all know, we dedicate Thursdays for our sisters, dealing with the topics to build up the women of Israel. If you have any questions that you would like to see for a sisters class, please hit us up at, what's the email? isbhbk.com. That's the email? What's the email?
isbhbk@gmail?
At Gmail. At Gmail.
Is that it?
Or you could just contact us on our Facebook, send us a message in our instant messenger. Don't forget to check out our other locations. You got Streaming Wisdom Rochester. They do classes live on Facebook on Tuesdays. Today they're live on their YouTube channel. So that's S.O.W. Rochester. We have S.O.W. Houston. And we have SOT. That's Sword of Truth San Antonio. Check them out on YouTube as well. Don't forget to check out Mashaba, Tazapah, Nagaya. Who else is on there? Somebody else is on there. I think just them three right now. Bonabad. Bonabad does get down. On Podbeam. They were formerly on...
Apple.
What was it? Blog Talk.
Blog Talk,
They were formerly
right.
Blog Talk, but now it's Podbeam. Just type in Mashaba on Podbeam, and you can catch up with those brothers in their classes daily on Podbeam. Don't forget to catch us also on Hidden Truth Bible Show. That's on Facebook. We'll soon be dropping something new and interesting for brothers and sisters. Another dynamic of getting the gospel out, getting the word out, just keeping the word of the Most High in everything that we do, current events, everything that we deal with in life pertains to the Bible, and the Bible will answer everything that happens in life. So check us out on Hidden Truth Bible Show. Stay tuned for that brew talk. Right?
Oh yeah,
that brew talk. Outside of that, any other questions, sisters?
Well, I'm gonna just read this for you on your Proverbs 6 and 10, and you know how I've been jumping to the NIV just to give it that different language because it's kind of easier for some people. You got to be careful because sometimes the NIV will change the actual words, everything. But I'm careful when I do that. I make sure it's literally like it's written in the King James. So this is Proverbs 6 and 10. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest. And your poverty will come like a bandit, and your desperation like a armed man. Mm-hmm. Does that make a little more sense now? Like, when you're desperate, what would you do? You do anything, right? But why, in this instant, why is it coming on this individual? There you go. They're not doing the works. They're lazy. They're slothful. Mm-hmm. And that's what it goes into them being, the folding of the hands is basically, I won't put forth the works. Right. Remember, the diligent shall bear rule.
Yeah.
The slothful shall be under tribute.
Yeah.
Those scriptures. You had another one. Is that one a little bit longer?
She said that she can do it tomorrow.
Okay, Revelations tomorrow? Okay. Does anybody got any other questions on little quick ones?
La.
No? La?
La.
Okay. La. Okay. Somebody said con, or is that la?
La.
Okay, all right. So tonight's class, we're going to go into the title of the class is how the lack of faith affect women. How the lack of faith affect women. All right. How the lack of faith affect women. All right. So let's go to let's deal with the first point. Who can tell me what most women want in a relationship?
That's funny.
Okay, don't run them all down. Give me one. And then I'll go to the next sister. Yeah. Is she Lasha Bar or Zelda?
Zelda.
Okay, Zelda. Go ahead.
Assurance.
Perfect. Assurance. What else? You had your hand too. Attention. So they want assurance, attention. Anybody else?
Shariah, you got your hand up?
Shariah had their hand. Communication. Anything else, brothers? Another. Go ahead, Shariah. Love. Yeah, go ahead, Zelda. Stability. Okay. So, what else? Does anybody disagree with that? Those are some essentials, right? Which was what? No, what did you say? At first? Assurance? What did you say? Bro, y'all do not talk low. Nah. Give me that New York gritty. You're working on it? You be, I'm messing with you. All right. Shariah, you said what? Communication. Attention, communication. Right? Assurance. What, Shawasana? They want to just be heard, right? Oh, they want to. They want to fully be heard. So when you look up what a woman wants as far as relationships, I put this down. It says emotional security. So right, what you're saying, right? Emotional security. They want what? Trust. They want, it says trust, safety, emotional and physical safety, right? She wants to be valued without fear or being hurt, right? She wants that emotional safety. Khan? Is that correct? Okay, so the intranets are correct. So once again, she wants trust. She wants to feel confident you're being honest, faithful, and loyal. I got the Breeza look up. She said, Khan. So I don't know. Trust. It says she wants trust. She wants to feel confident you're being honest and faithfully loyal, right? Mm-hmm. Then it comes back and says she wants safety, emotional and physical safety. She wants to be valued without fear or being hurt. What y'all think? Yeah? Anybody deny that? All right. That way we don't teach a whole class and you'll be like, well, I didn't feel like that. Okay. So the emotional security, right? That's what most women are looking for. Let's go on to this word emotional security. Emotional can narrow focus. So that's what you want. You want you want this emotional security. This is why this is important. Why I wanted to see if you agreed with it or not. Because this emotional security, what do you call emotional security?
I'll say like just being heard. Like
No. What do you define emotional security as? What?
They're aware and careful of your feelings.
Okay, there you go. What?
I had they're allowed to express their feelings.
They're allowed to. So that it goes into right what we just read then, right? But here's the problem. And the reason why that word came up is emotional. See, it's a difference between faith and emotional. It's a whole different thing on you're trying to garner all these things through Arya, you there? You there, Arya? I just messing with you. You're trying to get these things through an emotional way. Now, check this out. Emotions can narrow focus. So when you're like, well, I just want as a woman to be trusted. Not wrong. Not wrong. She wants to feel confident in you're being honest and faithful. But what about if she doesn't know what honesty is based off?
Oh, wow.
What about if she doesn't know what him being faithful is based off? Don't you got your idea of... Don't laugh. Like, calm down. Don't laugh. What do you guys... You and Haran are like, already, I didn't even say that.
This lit already.
Y'all funny as hell. What about if she has her own idea of what trust is? Right? Don't you got your idea of trust? Bayana? You got your idea of trust? Let me ask you this. If we were to ask you, sisters, your idea of trust, will they all align? So everybody got their own idea of trust. Now let's think about what we're saying here. I'm supposed to go off your idea of trust when you all have different ideas of trust. So now we're understanding why it says emotions can narrow your focus. It says when she's overwhelmed, hurt, angry, anxious, her mind may lock into the cause of the emotions and filter out perspective.
Oh, wow. It's deep.
So your mind, think about it. If you're saying, yeah, I just want to be emotionally valued. I want to be emotionally valued. I want trust. What do we got here again? Let me repeat that.
I got what they said. They got assurance, trust.
Right. I want safety. What's wrong with safety? I want emotionally and physical safety. Right? But everybody has this different idea what that is. I want, which is security, right? She wants to be valued. Okay. Well, you have a way you want to be valued. Zelda has a way. Rakama has a way. Bayana has a way. Breeza has a way. Right? Everybody has a way they want to be valued. Everybody has their own idea. Right? Their own emotional way they connect. Right? God. Don't shut down on me now. Don't get quiet and shit. It says, this can lead to overreacting to small things. Emotions narrow your outlook. They narrow your outlook, and then when things come up, it's telling us hurt, anger, anxiousness, her mind may look onto the cause of emotions and filter out other perspective. Meaning what? You move what? Go ahead. Hala shalabala. But listen, I'm going to say this in a very rude way. I need y'all to talk loud in your hood voice. Get the DMX. We can't hear you. Is it me? I'm deaf. They need to hear you on the mic.
Con.
There you go, Sister Shawashina. Tell them how it's done. Nobody's laughing. I'm the only one that's going to be funny tonight. Go ahead.
I was saying nothing really matters but how you're feeling. But how you're feeling in that moment.
Right. Who understands that? You understand? What do you understand, Shirai?
When you're emotional,
When you're emotional,
yeah,
okay.
you don't care what they gotta say, you don't care what nobody's gotta say, you care what you felt. And if they don't at least see it a little bit, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, right? So this is the thing that when you deal with emotions, what happens when you set all your standard based on your Bayana's emotional parameters, Breeze's emotional parameters. You got your own emotional idea and content. Now remember, I'm going to show you how shaky this is. Your whole emotional standard is not Shawashana's or not Zelda's or not Rakama's. It's a whole different damn thing. So really, it's not based on any subjective, objective reality.
Right.
It's based on your reality alone. And that's why each and every man, your husband, has to bend to your reality. And if he doesn't bend to your reality, then what's happening? He doesn't emotionally care about me. Now I don't feel secure.
Oh, nice.
I don't feel safe. I don't feel I have an arena with this man to be valued and trusted. I can't trust this guy because he's not aware of my emotional being and status. So I can't trust Bakar no more. I can't trust Lakad no more. You know, and I'm speaking for y'all being his wife, or their wives, right? I can't trust them no more. Why? Because you're not living up to my standard and what I feel is safety. Now I got to do what? I got to put my guard up because, you know, I feel I'm not looked at for. Nobody's looking out for me. Now, remember the topic of the class. We're talking about, how the lack of faith affect women. You can put wives. How the lack of faith affects you, because remember, all we're talking about so far is just what you, as a woman, as a worldly woman, as a worldly mind, not coming in and really believing in the Bible. All the worldly woman and worldly mind and your worldly parameters and what you feel worldly. Because if not, now let's talk the Bible. Let's go through the scriptures and talk about these things. And that's what happens. What happens when your emotions are not met? You said what? So what did y'all say? Somebody said it. You shut down. You shut down. So I can pull out the Bible and be like, listen, this is what I'm trying to show you. You're like, no, I don't want to listen because you haven't submitted to my emotional parameters. So, you know what? I'm going to listen. Khan. Hotel music, elevator music. And you just block out anything spiritual. Now, let me throw a little tidbit in here. Now you see why a man can't bend to a woman? He can't give his strip to a woman? Why he's not supposed to be subject to a woman? Why he can never bow to that mentality ever? Because you're trying to tell me we're supposed to be guided by your crazy ass emotional content, and then that's supposed to be valued? Mind you, you all got different values. Unless you're a righteous woman. Unless you're a righteous woman. Because if you're a righteous woman, there's only one values.
Right.
There's not different values. So emotions, I'm going to read this again because I want this to sink into your head. Emotions, when she is overwhelmed, hurt, anger, anxiousness, her mind may lock onto the cause of the emotion and filter out other perspectives. This can lead to overreacting to small things, misreading natural solutions as threatening. It says, make quick decisions to relieve emotional tension. Walking away, lashing out. Shutting down. 2, logic takes the back seat.
God dang.
Being logical, you don't give a... You're like, bro, I know how I feel. It doesn't matter. Emotions trigger the limbic system, especially the ambient gland, fight or flight brain. Fight or flight brain. While logic comes from the prefrontal cortex. When emotions spike, long-term thinking gets harder. When emotions spike, long-term thinking gets harder. You're not thinking about, hey, listen, I'm cutting you off for a year because we got to take a time apart for you to realize what your problem is. You're like, well, fuck it then, nigga. Cut me the fuck off. I don't care. You're like, but then when it calms down, you're like, Con. It's like, how you telling him one thing, but you get with the sisters and you nuck if you buck. You got cigarettes in your ear. You pulling out your 45. You're like, nigga, I don't care. That nigga gotta, you know what he gotta do. You doing all this shit. It's like, why you all of a sudden now a game banger when 1 minute you were snapping back into reality? Because emotions are controlling your thought process. It's not the spirit. It's not wisdom. It's not the Bible. As a matter of fact, you could probably just say, scrap the Bible. I'm not dealing with none of that. So it has a long-term effect, right? What? You want me to repeat something?
When emotions spike, long-term thinking, what?
It says long-term thinking gets harder. She might say or do something that she doesn't fully mean. Emotional relief may feel more important than being right. That's what happens when you let your emotional security guide you. Because that's not the spirit of the Most High. It's not righteous. That's why you got many women that don't value the gospel, that you just be around for a man. And then when man fails you, what happens? You can throw salvation out the window. You can care less about that. You didn't even come for the Bible. You didn't even come for righteousness. Your mind is like, shit, my emotions, his pheromones, his smell, when he comes into the door, when I look at him. You're letting emotions guide you instead of really rational thinking. And a long-term effect, you get slower and slower because you let the carnal mind control you. So, trust. Right? The first thing that said emotional security is trust. She wants to be confident. You're being honest and faithful and loyal. So let's deal with that. How is a woman supposed to trust? How do you start trusting somebody? What's the first thing you got to have trust? To trust somebody. Before you can trust somebody, what's the first thing in your mind that you have to properly have to be able to truly trust somebody? What? Peace of mind. What? What else? How can I come in this place and be like, I don't trust nobody? I'm watching everybody. Or how do I come in the place and be like, you know what? I do trust. I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know nobody. But I trust. How? What is that based on? Because what we're realizing is what? It can't be based off what? Emotions. You can't base somebody, you can't trust nobody off emotions. How? Because you look trustworthy? Are you slow? Are you like 13? He has candy, so I can go to him? So how do you know what to trust? What?
I think the first thing you have is an open mind.
You have an open mind.
You have to be able to be open to that thought of trusting this person.
Okay, all right, trust. What I'm gonna say it again so I won't forget. What does a woman supposed to have? Let me start over. What does a woman supposed to have biblically to be able to trust somebody? I'm gonna give y'all another chance because I didn't add that little bit, and then I don't want you to come back and say, "Well, you didn't say biblically."
I like that you didn't, because it's showing that.
That's not the point. But when you understand the way out, you have to say that, or the way out was gonna be, well, you didn't ask that.
It's only supposed to be one way.
Yeah. What?
I'll say, just like the scripture says, a pure mind, like how to feel holy.
True. What else? What? Faith. True. What else? What else? How do I know faith? Like, is it faith? We got to get into that. Is it? What do I have to trust somebody? What? What do I have to trust somebody? Rakaman?
I think integrity.
Integrity? What else? What do I have in order for me to properly assess if this individual can be trusted? What do I have? I'm giving it all away. Further I go. What? Wisdom. True. What? Shariah. Scriptures. True. What? Proper discernment. Closer. Yeah.
Ecclesiastes.
No, I didn't ask you that. What? Anybody else? You got to have judgment. So, yeah, a lot of what y'all say is right, but I can't trust nobody if I don't have judgment. Now, who feels they got judgment? Raise your hand. Who feels you got proper judgment?
Like 100%.
Who feels you got proper judgment? 100%, Shawashana. Who feels they got proper judgment 100%? Nobody? So you guys can't make a judgment call on anything. Shit. What?
I asked 100% because
But I didn't.
there be times that it's not there all the time. So most of the time, through the years of doing things and learning and experiences, yes, I have good judgment from counseling to watching and paying attention.
Okay,
Not always.
let me help y'all out. We all got 100% good judgment if we lock into the judgment. If you judge according to your emotions, you no longer have judgment of the Most High. So in order for me to trust somebody, I got to know what to look for, what to assess to properly trust somebody. Like, think about it. Any arena in life, when you smoke weed with your cousin, you had to assess and properly examine the environment, your cousin, where he from, what she did, whatever way to what? Sit down and smoke weed with your cousin. The first guy you had sex with, you had trust, right? What did you trust based on? Well, you laugh.
Some of us didn't.
Some what?
Some of us didn't.
Didn't what?
have trust on the person you had.
Exactly. I love it. And you did it anyway, right? See, that's the difference between the truth and the world. All of a sudden, you want to act like you're wise when it comes to the truth when you was an idiot in the world. Now, all of a sudden, like, I don't know if I can trust y'all. Well, how do you gain trust according to the Bible then? You see? How did you do it in the world? See, that's the difference between the world and the truth. That the Most High gives us proper examination to be able to say, I'm secure with this individual. He's doing the things that make me secure. That's why you can never do anything off of emotions. Because emotions is basically saying whatever you feel like and when you feel in your gut that day, that's what makes you smart. That doesn't make you wise. That doesn't make you smart. In order for us to properly examine an environment like this, I got to come in and have judgment in the word to be able to assess according to the word. Around the body, right? You never walked into a damn house party and was like, nah, we need to go. Nah, this is wild. There's something not right here. Right? You ever walked into like that? Yeah, but only your woman intuition can help you out here and there. You got to have judgment in the spirit because it can't be a toss-up.
Yeah, it got to be based on facts.
Or else what's going to happen? I'm going to get in an environment and I'm not going to know how to truly trust. I'm going to get a husband and not know why to trust him, why to submit to him, why to be obedient, like the scriptures say, to this man. Right? Because that's what you war against. Wives, be obedient to your husbands as unto the Lord. You're like, how? How could I be obedient to this guy? I don't trust him. He doesn't look out for my emotional stability. So you're telling me, I don't give a damn, Kazakia, how many times we go over it. I don't give a... And that's how you move. You got a lot of sisters that move like, I don't... Bro, you can tat this on my forehead. I'm not going to follow that. I'm not going to follow that because my emotional stability is not recognized through this man, so I'm not going to trust him. Because you don't got true judgment. You're going off of something that is out of the spirit of the Most High.
Your perspective.
Your perspective.
Yeah.
It's not the Most High's perspective. So if you really want to trust your husband, you really want to trust a brother or sister, you got to know what are the parameters and how to trust them based on. The first step, you got to have judgment. No, you don't have true judgment. No, you don't have good judgment. Right? That's why you said it, Shawashana. You had sex. How many women did that? Had sex with a guy he was unsure of. She was unsure of. Huh? No? 2, 3. You had sex with a guy that you were unsure of. You were like, I'm going to have sex with this dude, but I don't, it's the emotions. I like it. You know what I mean? I'm going to have sex with him, but I don't know where the hell this guy, I don't even know this guy. But that's what's giving me more juices. Right?
Yeah.
I'm going to jump into bed with the guy. But you know what? I don't care right now. Nothing else matters but my emotions. So you got to have true judgment. And why are you here? Because you don't. The way you think is worldly. The way we think is worldly. So the first step is judgment. Leviticus 19:15. I had to go through this
That was beautiful.
for y'all to understand. So how do we learn to trust our husband or a brother or a sister? Or if I walk into a T-Mobile store, or if I sit down at dinner at a restaurant, how do I trust that somebody's not going to come in and shoot me in the damn face. Or the cook in the back is going to spit in my food. Or I roll up to the wall, the McDonald's window and the guy just didn't whack off on my sandwich.
Yikes.
How? How? Shit, most of that is what? You said it. Faith. It ain't even a toss of, it's not even a toss of a coin. It's like, I know this guy's not beating off in my sandwich. How do you know? I know that. I don't give a damn what you're telling me. I know he won't do nothing like that. You have faith. It's only when you come around Israelites, your own people, you come with this high intellect now. Now you what? You like, you can see things. Give me sight beyond sight. You're like, oh man, I see everything. I can see through your heart, Bayana. And it ain't pure, it's nasty. Right? That's how we think. We're like, you can be the most terrible at judgment, but when you come in to a body and around black and Hispanic people, I just don't know if I could trust y'all. Where do you think that comes from? I can't trust my husband because based on him, based on his mistakes, based on his issues. So I can't trust him. But you slept with this guy. You got like 5 babies later and you're like, you can't trust him? You see how, what is that showing us? Your judgment's wrong. Read that. Leviticus 19 and 15.
Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 15.
Go ahead.
You shall do no unrighteousness in judgment.
Right? And see, this is the law. While you over here talk about Sabbaths and new moons, let's talk about unrighteous judgment. Let's talk about, you don't even know nothing and your brain is already shutting out because you're not going to the Bible to say, wait a minute, how do I truly assess and look at somebody and judge? You do it the right way. You don't do it through emotions. Because the sister's on her menstrual cycle, she just rubbed me the wrong way. The brother didn't give me a chair when I asked. He probably didn't hear you. Or if he did, the chair was for somebody else. But what do? You move through, oh, you know what? That brother don't look out. I don't know about that brother. I don't know about him. Why? What did he do?
Well, the last time.
It's like.
The last time I was trying to trust people.
See, you're bringing worldly mind to the truth and saying, oh, you know what? I'm valid. You're moving through emotions. You're not moving through the Spirit of the Most High. You're supposed to not do unrighteous judgment. Give me the definition of judgment. Read on.
Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor.
Yeah, you look at the poor, you don't know how to assess. You look at the rich, you don't know really what's in their heart. You don't look at none of that. All you're doing is what? Judging off eyesight. What, smell? The environment? What's on the wall? Like, you don't have righteous judgment. Because if I ask you to show me in the Bible, guess what you do? You stumble. You run. Why can't you trust? You can't trust because a lot of times your judgment is off according to the scriptures. So this emotional connection with righteousness, like with somebody that is actually looking out for your well-being, you would never know. You're never going to know that because you're still doing what they do in the world. Well, my spidey senses are telling me.
Yeah.
Is that the same one that got a train ran on you? Is that the same spidey sense that you slept, you gave top to this guy in his car? You're like, yeah, like I was connecting with him, so I just topped him off in the whip. Like those same judgments? Is that what we're doing? You guys got to realize that it's those who's that? What the fuck? You guys got to realize that those judgments that can't lead us.
Yeah.
It got to be righteous judgment. What do you got?
Judgment from ChatGPT. This is an opinion or decision about something or someone.
the ability to make wise decisions or form sensible opinions.
What gives you a wise opinion? You got dumbass opinion, and then you got wise opinion. What gives you that? The book of the Lord. It's not you. If that was the case, why are you here? Because you made all the right decisions in your life? No, we're all here. The difference between me and a lot of brothers and sisters, I know without the Most High, I'm stupid as hell. I know that without the wisdom in the book and literal gospel guiding my steps, I know my decisions is going to be off. That's why we do things by proving it. Counsel. What you do it by? Emotions. You'll counsel with somebody that's off quicker than somebody that's going to tell you the right thing. But you want your judgment or your mind to be valued. Your mind is never going to be valued by a Hebrew Israelite man. By a man that has real judgment. He's going to say, I can never give. The scripture says, give not thy mind over to a light-minded woman. It's ordered for me never to give my heart over to a woman that's not sensible, that doesn't have real foundation, standards, and belief. But what you're telling me, you like me, you love me. You can't. What?
I'm asking you because of my grammatic English Spanish language.
Uh-huh.
When you say value, that means submit.
That what part where you talk about value? Because I said value, a man valuing a woman or a woman valuing a man.
A man value. I'm not going to value your emotions because scriptures say I'm not supposed to submit to you. Like the word value means that I'm submitting to you.
No, meaning take them even into consideration and importance.
Yeah.
To like listen to it.
Yeah, like you're spazzing out through emotions, but you want me to recognize that.
Yeah, you want me to make a decision based off of your worldly logic, your worldly perspective, your subjective outlook. We're supposed to do it that way because you feel like that, regardless what the Bible says, regardless how many scriptures you bring out, but the way you feel, we're supposed to follow that. No, that's
But you value it by following it. Like,
You value it by following it. Right, just go turn it back around. Just like for what you call a man valuing your emotional. What did I say? Emotional what? Your what? Yeah, emotional security. If you want us to value your emotional security, like why would we value emotions? See, I know what you're thinking. That's part of a woman. No, it's not. That's like you saying, like a man being emotional, that's part of him. A woman being emotional is not part of you. Because what you're telling me is that in order for me to be recognized as a woman, you got to recognize that I'm going to be out of the spirit 90% of the time. That I don't have to value the gospel of the Most High, but I need to be recognized even though I'm not caring about the gospel, the word, judgment, righteousness. That you got to recognize that. Nigga, we keep your ass, you got to go. We ain't worried about that because if we value that, can two walk together, at least they be agreed. You're going to drive me into a ditch if I value that. If I care about that nonsensible mentality. Yeah.
a lot of women grow up thinking that we were born this way. We're supposed to be emotional and you're supposed
Yeah.
to be
There you
a
go.
non-emotional person.
There you go. And
We're supposed to be in our femininity.
right, and you know how many emotional cats in Rochester, New York? I'm talking about literally with mental issues. You know how many emotional people out here in this city? Men, women. So we're supposed to say that's valuable, to move with no senses, to move with no wisdom. So that's why the Most High tells us what? Read it again.
Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor,
Right.
nor honor the person of the mighty.
Right. It wasn't supposed to be, oh, he's poor, so you know what? Let me overlook the right way to look. Or he's rich. Let me overlook the right way to judge. This is law. This is what I'm saying. You talk about the laws of the Most High when you picking and choosing. You doing Christianity. You want to pick and choose what you believe. But you should be picking and choosing the book. And then your judgment, you'll be able to see things more clear. Go ahead.
But in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor.
Right. See, in righteousness you should judge. Like, for instance, everybody that came through the door, right? We let you come in. Yeah, we watch. You know what I mean? For the most part, we're like, okay, does she got a gun on her? But do we strip search you? Do we DNA check you? So for the most part, we're like, okay, we're judging you as a new creature, right? And saying this person needs to be respected as a person that's coming in, or he needs to be respected as a person that's coming in and that is trying like everybody else. Right? Just think about it. But if we said every person that comes through that door is an enemy, every person that comes through that door, we got to make sure they don't come in here and shoot up the place. Make sure you strip search her, check him. Now, we're not stupid. We're watching. We can see if something's on the hip, if something's in the bag. Mm-hmm. We can watch. But at the same time, imagine if we looked at things that way. And we already prejudge you of failure. Mm. See, that's why that's not righteous judgment. Right. You see why when it deals with emotions, you can't judge off of emotions. You have to judge righteous judgment. You have to look at things the proper way. You have to say, man, what are the parameters? So I asked you, what are your parameters? Read on.
Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer. All
right, so we read that. Go from there. Go to Psalms 119 and 160. So what are your parameters of properly judging somebody? You guys got to get that sister a Bible. We don't use our phones in here. You got to get her, get her a Bible. Get her a Bible. She got to get a Bible. The cell phones are going to go out anytime soon. You got to learn how to use your Bible. So read that again. Psalms 119. So somebody got to answer that? What are your parameters of judgment? A car. If you were to give a list and say, well, this is what I'm judging off of, what are they?
Your actions, how you treat people, how you talk.
Okay, let's start with the first one. Your actions. Based on what?
Based on the scriptures.
Nah. No. You can't escape that easy.
You the answer you want to hear.
Yeah, no. What do you really? Sorry. Okay. I know you're like, what was she supposed to say? The truth. Let's say the truth, though. What is a person, for real, though, what is sisters really basing and judging off of? Come on, because if it was the scriptures, then you would have scriptures that guide your mind through this road. And say, he's looking out for my best interests. My husband is looking out. It doesn't matter how hard he is or how direct he is. Every time he talks to me, he's pulling the book and he's making a point to show me that it is the book. So you cannot think, there's no way in hell you think it's through the Bible. What?
I'll say for me.
You got to talk louder.
I'll say for me, it's
Now she's speaking truth. She's going to tell the truth because we don't want just you to say, oh yeah, we believe in the Bible. We believe in Jesus Christ.
Right.
We got to wind you up. And then after class, the wine goes down and you like, shit, well, bro, I don't, you shaking. Why? Because anxiety's there, not the book. You're judging people off of past mistakes. I can't deal with humans. You motherfuckers are untrustworthy. That's how a lot of people deal, right?
Yeah.
Breezer? No, that's not how you do it? Yeah, trusting. For you to trust a sister to talk to her, what is it based on? What is it based on? What?
When first meeting someone, I give you the benefit of the doubt. Because I don't know anything about you. I don't know if you're a bad person or not. I'm going to see if you're smoking weed or if you're smoking cigarettes, the basic
Right.
stuff. But I'm going to give you a chance to prove yourself.
Good. Stop there. Perfect. But most of the times, what she said is what is going on. You're right. And that is the right answer. That's what should happen. Right? We give brothers and sisters, and we're going to go there. We give them the opportunity to show themselves. That's what the Bible says. You don't judge people off of, you don't judge your husband off of your emotions. You judge him off of his actions that are biblical. Now, how hard is that? How hard is that? Go ahead, Shawashina. You got to talk loud, though.
If you're not in tune with the scriptures,
There you go.
If you're not in tune with the scriptures, it's really hard. You're going to what Lasha Bara said.
Right.
Read that real quick. Come on.
Psalms chapter 119 and verse 160.
Go to Psalms 106 and 3. Go ahead.
Thy word is true. From the
Read.
beginning.
The word is true. Not you. Not me. Like, I can't, my judgment, my emotions, nah, bruh. Male or female, it doesn't matter. Our emotions are not in line. That's why the book says to be carnally minded is death.
Con.
I got to judge you according to the gospel and say, this is what Christ said do.
Right.
And I got to look at you that way. That's why people trip out on us and be like, how could you keep doing this? Like, how could you keep dealing with people that, there was a time where Shawashina Shalamaya is like, how do you just keep dealing with the same person and you know they're playing games and you know they're doing this shit off of being fake, or you know they're doing it? How do you do it? By not judging. By really letting you paint your path and understand, yeah, I can get emotional about it, but what did Christ say do? Because the worldly version of me and you and all of us is what? You're playing fucking games. And to judge you and be like, I know you're playing games.
I see it.
I see it. You said you were sick. Your ass was at the store. It's like 1 minute you sick and the next minute you shopping. Right? So we automatically are like, what? See, she's fake, she's phony, she's a liar, she's a deceiver. They're looking at me, I'm like, no, let them walk their path. Because all those things will accumulate and will reveal a person, and they will make their own name. But you got to give them that opportunity to make their name. It can happen once or twice, but that might not be their name. Right? You see, that's why it's important which they learned, they had to learn it. There's no other way. There's either learning it or abandoning ship and saying, I can't keep dealing with individuals that are like this. This is why we're able to continue to forgive and forgive, because our judgment is not of our own, which is what? already assuming, or they made mistakes and then you condemn them on their mistakes. Our judgment got to be the book, or else we won't be here. We're just like you. We get fed up too with the fakeness, the lies, the falsehood. Like, I just went over a class on lies, and you coming back, well, my baby's sick. Nigga, how's he sick and the next day he's good? What are you doing? How one day he's sick and the next day he's good? Is he sick or not? If he's sick, take 5 days for him to be sick. Could you at least lie right? No, he wasn't really. Well, what was it? Oh, you just don't know how to communicate. See, look at me, watch. So the biblical man got to come back and say, she don't know how to communicate. Probably was sick, but it wasn't no sickness to stop him from 5 days of work. You see that?
Yeah.
See, I rationalize it with righteousness. If not, it'll be what? She's a liar. She's a deceiver. She's playing games. She's fake. And then what? You cut that individual off. What?
Something you told me before is once you come in with a premeditated judgment of that person without talking to them, you no longer want to see or hear anything. You became judge. You know, as someone in my position, I can't premeditate or know that that's what she thinks. Like,
Right.
That's evil
I really
suspicion.
don't know. Did you talk to her?
Yeah.
Like, you can't. That's only alone for me because it's definitely easy. Even as no position, you can be like, nah, I'm not going to her. I'm not going to her.
Yep.
Because we always so hard on people, but we don't see how we are.
That's why it says, thou that judges not thyself. So this judgment, you got to think about it. But remember, let's go back to the beginning. The emotional judgment. When you guide your life off of these emotions, you literally got everything wrong. That's why he said, judge righteous judgment. Come on, read that.
Thy word is true from the beginning,
The Most High's word is true. Go ahead.
and every one of thy righteous judgments endureth forever.
So I got to go to the parameters of the book to be able to judge righteous judgment. I got to be able to go to the law to say how it says do it and shut down my mind. You're never going to trust your husband through all the mistakes. Now, here's something we always say all the time, but I'm hoping y'all understand right now. Which one of you in here is more righteous and pure than the next? Who's more pure and righteous than the next? None of us, right? So that means what? You're going to make a mistake. He's going to make a mistake, right? But he's higher ranking, you're lower ranking, but he's going to make a mistake. You're going to make a mistake. So we're even in that arena, right? So then why don't we just give up on each other? Like, it's already known from the beginning what? Everybody's going to make mistakes.
Yep.
Everybody's going to mess up. It's already known. So why do we give up on you? Why does a person give up on each other? Why do you give up on your husband? Why you don't value his position? Because you don't judge righteous judgment. You're judging off of emotions. That's the point of this. Like, sisters don't really understand where your mind goes when you tap into this mentality. Oh, I need emotional security. So you mess up and Ariat messes up. But why is he condemned and you're not? Why could you condemn him, but he can't come back and be like, well, I'm done with you then? Like, think about this. You see how, like, if your mind ain't in the right place and it ain't judging according to the Most High, it's confusion.
Yeah.
That's why you got to go to the word of the Most High. His judgment is right. Read Psalms 106 and 3.
Psalm 106, verse 3.
Go ahead.
Blessed are they that keep judgment.
See, the ones that are going to be blessed are the ones that keep the judgments of the Most High. The ones that are going to be blessed is the ones that keep the judgments of the Most High.
So not their opinion.
Not their opinion.
Their perspective.
Not their perspective.
In my past.
Right.
What happened to me.
It can't be. If it's your past, then who are you going to trust?
Nobody.
Think about it. If you were touched or abused by a family member in the world, and how are you going to get in your next relationship and let a man touch you when you don't want to be touched? Let's just think about this. These are common things we all deal with, right?
Yeah.
You were touched by a family member, and now you want to get in a relationship. You like the guy. Well, what's going to happen with this individual? A physical connection sooner or later, right? Or later, rather. Right?
Later.
Not sooner, but later, right?
God.
A physical connection is going to happen. But if you physically are bogged down to your past or judgments that hold you back from the mind of the Lord, then you're not doing none of that. You literally get married and then you're like, nah, I'm not the type of person. Could you tell me that? That's not going to be an equation? That this baggage you're holding on to and we can't move forward till this gets healed? You see what happens when you judge things because you didn't go through the Bible and know that the Bible said, forget the things of the past.
Right.
Forgive, let go. You didn't go through none of that. So you're still what? Nah, you're my husband now, but I don't trust you.
Oh, still don't go together.
What?
I'll say on that, like growing up, one thing I used to get told is forgive, but don't forget.
Right.
So it's like you forgive them for their mistakes, but don't forget what they did to you.
Right, but even in that, when you go back to Matthew 18, if you live on this forgive and don't forget, then you're going to have an evil suspicion. Remember what the scripture says, an evil suspicion have overthrown many. To the pure all things are pure. So the not forgetting it's different in the world. It's different in the world, meaning I'm gonna wait, or I'm looking to see that in you. Do we supposed to do that with Israel? Do I supposed to say, okay, I'm gonna give you a chance, but I'm gonna watch you and prepare that you're gonna make the mistake? Then it's not a fair chance. I gotta give you the chance to do it without judgment, right? Now, if you build up a name, it's obvious. If you build up a name, it's obvious. I don't have to judge you. You judge yourself. Like, I don't have to make a name out of you when you're already known, right? I can ask everybody in here and say, is she known for this? Is Zelda known for this? They're either going to agree or disagree. It'd be like, yeah, she's kind of known for that. You got your name. You see that? So I don't have to judge you. Nobody has to judge you. Your name is going to bring its own judgment. Now, the ones that are oblivious and don't want to deal with anybody's chastisement or correction, you're not going to accept none of that anyway, right? So the thing is that you got to let people, you have to let people do what they're going to do, right? Until they reveal what they're going to do, as opposed to putting it on her, oh, she's going to do this. You don't know that. She woke up today, she's ready to change, she's ready to put off the old woman, the old ways. Just on what you were saying right there. Going back to this judgment thing. Proper judgment. It can't be based on emotions. It can't be based on your criteria. Your criteria is not the gospel. Unless it is. And if it's the gospel, then now we're talking. So let's talk gospel then. Let's go through the scriptures and say, okay, am I judging correctly?
That's how you know a lot of our people, when I'm talking about those in the truth, don't really know the gospel, because you talk to them that say, well, I don't deal with camps. Well, that's not what the Bible is about. It's literally about us gathering together and locking into the Spirit of the Most High under Yahweh Shai. But you'll hear that because of what? I was with a group, and this group, and they did this to me, and they did that, and they said this, and she said that, and that's why I don't need a camp. That's why I need. But then, if you understand that we all fall short, our righteousness is as filthy rags, and all of the forgiveness scriptures, then you understand that's going to happen. wherever you go. I mean, don't that happen at your job? Which
Yep.
which one of y'all left y'all job, quit your job because somebody was talking about y'all? Because everybody got a story about somebody talking about them, or somebody ate your lunch,
or somebody you hate, somebody you dislike, or this person. Well, it's not that I dislike them. It's just they just always had a problem with me.
But you ain't quit though. You ain't quit.
Or you did, or you ran, right? You know, and you got these instances where people is doing these things based off of emotion, not based off the gospel, not based off the spirit. And then when a person does misstep, they're already like, well, see, I told you.
I knew it.
I knew it. I knew there was going to be what? Imperfections? You knew that? Like we told you when you came in. I already told you when you walked in the door there was going to be imperfections. So why are you acting like you're brand new? It is literally set up. It's set up. He set us up. He literally said, I'm going to get all you sick people and you're going to get together and try to be right. Which one of y'all care for each other? Yeah, you don't get it that and the only way you get it if I come back and say, well, what about your family members and cousins that are drug dealers, that are dope heads, that are weed heads, that touch you? You still show up. You know he touched you. But you pull up and you act like what? It didn't happen. You act like it didn't happen. But you still pull up. It'd be rare if you say, well, such and such showing up, man, I ain't going. But that's the thing, that you do these things for the world. But when it comes to the truth, it's like, no. You know what? I can't forgive. I can't let go. I fully give myself to the faith of the Most High. Is that a hand raise? What is it?
I was going to say, for me, I was raised with parents telling me to stop being so naive and to not trust everybody. I used to have like friends come over and my parents would just be like, they're not your real friends, or, you know, this and that. And I used to I would vouch for everybody, like, no, they're cool, this and that. You don't know them, like, they're cool. I even would have like other friends to be like, they ain't your friend, like just going to a homegirl for real and this and that.
Right.
I used to just be like, nah, she cool. Until I actually see
that she's cutthroat.
She does something like I never really heard like gossip like, oh, she ain't your friend or this and that.
Right.
Like, she cool.
Right.
Until I actually saw it, you know, they do me dirty like.
Right.
Then I'll be like, damn, that's messed up.
Right.
And I'll cut them off.
Right. But see, I'm gonna say it again. The scriptures say our righteousness is as filthy rags. So he put all these filthy rags into one place. Like, just think about it. All that moist oil is getting on everybody. So which one of us is not going to step on each other's toe? You see why your judgment got to be right? Because you're right. We're all going to be sick. But here's the thing. Here's the difference between us, supposed to be us, and the world. That if I step on your toe and you tell me I did it, then now we can talk.
Yeah.
Those are the things where righteous judgment comes in. We're supposed to be able to talk about it and do what Christ said, forgive thy brother 70 times 7.
God.
If we're not talking about it, if you look at me and say, see, I told you, and then fall back into a cloud of darkness, then you're not doing what the gospel says. That's the point of the gospel. That's righteous judgment. Wicked judgment is, nope, you stepped on my shoe one time. Well, who the hell are you? How many times you stepped on somebody else's shoe? And nobody said, see, I knew it. Like, think about how many times you're new, you came in. Do you know I can come up with how many offensive things you do? Just think about this, sis. Me having knowledge and sisters around you, I can make a list of offensive things you do. That's idiocracy, sis. You're going to offend because you're from the world. I'm going to offend because I'm in the truth and I'm trying to get things right. And a lot of times we don't know how to come to people. A lot of times it might be too hard. Sometimes it might be too soft. So in that, you can even say, well, you offended me. You see, we can do this all day. But if the love of Christ is not in the middle, there won't be no working together. There won't be no Church of Corinth, Church of Ephesus, Church of Thessalonica, Church of Galatia. There won't be no gather yourselves together. There won't be 144,000 united in one mind, one judgment. There just be us that are worldly, individualites that are going to wait till Christ come back. That literally Christ warned us of that. You're not going to practice to get right when he gets here. So that's why you got to judge yourself the right way. And you got to judge others the right way to be able to say, hey, well, first of all, you've been here 2 years? A year? Almost 2 years? Think about it. How many people you don't know as yet and you've been here 2 years? You don't know nobody. There's no way you know anybody because your judgment was off when you came through the door. You just said it. How you judge. You just said how you judge. That's not righteous judgment. Did you think it was right? Because you said you let them, you do what they do? But let's talk about what they do and how they do it and why they do it. It's a whole different environment. And if you don't know that, then what you're going to do is you're going to judge the same way as you just said you did in the world. Then that was wrong too.
Right.
See, because if they're real friends, what happened to this? What happened to if they're real friends, you work things out?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't just cut them off.
You don't just cut them off. Go ahead.
No,
I
wouldn't.
Go ahead.
No, I meant like, I wouldn't like just cut them off like that. Like there'd be like little things and I'll just like kind of let it slide.
Right.
If it's like to the extreme. Like,
Right.
Like,
Did you know how to work those things out?
I mean, the little things, yeah, I'll just come up to them like, what's
Right.
going on? But I'm talking about like extreme stuff.
Did you know how to work those extreme things out?
No.
Did you know how to sit and talk and observe the buildup and not let it get there? You got to think about what you have in practice dealing with judgment that you didn't learn. You didn't learn those things to be able to stop the buildup. All you do is regress. All you do is run and hide. You didn't learn all the other things. You see why you got to understand that coming to the truth, there's so many things you don't know. And if you think about it, how much of the Bible does you really know, sis? That in itself, you humbly stating that, could you really say, damn, I know how to maneuver a lot of these situations and stay in the spirit of the Most High? Nah, no. You see, you're most likely going to resort back to the judgments you made in the world. Because I consider all y'all, I'm not hiding from none of you. I'm not hiding from you. I'm not going to be like, well, I feel she moving like this. You know what? When I see the sister, Shalom sis, no, I'm still trying to connect as a brother to you. Now I got to be careful because I don't want to overstep. That's what we're all doing. We're trying to be careful with the new people so we won't overstep. But I still got to build that relationship with you. Just like I would have with Elisha Bara, this I would have with Rakama. Same way. There's a way I can talk to Rakama now that I couldn't talk to her 2 years. It's just different. You see that? Or I could just judge you and give up on you and fall back and say, listen, bro, her husband got to deal with that shit. You see, there's definitely a way to keep moving forward. You don't know that way. A lot of brothers and sisters don't know that way. And now let me bring it back around to the wife the woman of the truth that lacks the faith, she's already lost trust. She's already lost trust. Come on, read.
And he that doeth righteousness at all times.
Right, and he that doeth righteousness at all times. Because how are we going to do? Remember when I said earlier, we all are able to judge 100%? That's what I was basing it off. Meaning that we all have the solution to judge 100% righteous. But are you in the book to do that? And to be able to be on the cross like Christ, because that's what a lot of us feel that we're on the cross, and be able to say, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. How many of us, and your cross might be what? He stepped on my shoe. The sister said something I didn't like. The way her tone was, I didn't like that. That might be your cross. But are you able on that cross to be able to say, Father, forgive them, we don't really know each other? Or is it going to be, see, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This is why I don't deal with people. You see, that's wrong way to judge. The righteous judgment is knowing the way the scriptures say. But we wouldn't know that if you don't got a good assessment of the Bible.
Right.
How to forgive 70 times 7. That in itself. Everybody always says that. Yeah, forgive 70 times 7. Bro, you know what that means? What does it mean, forgive thy brother 70 times 7? Do you really know what that means and what it takes to continue with your brother, your husband? What, Arya?
Break that down, sir.
Break what down? What part?
Forgive 70 times 7.
What does it? I'm asking y'all. Don't ask me. What, Zelda?
I'll say it is like literally forgiving them for their mistakes and moving on past it, not holding them to it. Like understanding that in that moment they made that mistake and moving on from it and like across it, giving them the benefit of the doubt and allowing them to build their own path. So really
There you go.
letting it go.
You got to. What else? What you want to add? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. That's kind of what I meant, how I am. Yeah. Like I always give the benefit of the doubt.
Right. No, I understood that. But this is what I was saying on top of that. Remember, what you said in that conversation was that these people would be cut off.
Yeah.
Well, at a certain time, right? And remember, we talked through, well, did you have the right judgment to be able to not cut them off? To ahead of time, deal with the situations to where it doesn't bubble up to that. So I understood that. What I was trying to put in there was to remind you, there's certain things that you don't understand, and being that you don't understand how to maneuver in those things, and to continue nourish the disagreements or issues or problems.
Yeah, without holding a grudge.
Without holding a grudge to get to that point. Go ahead. You going to say something?
But yeah, I could say with my past, like friendships, when things would be done like to the extreme,
Yeah.
I would like talk to them and be like, look, I don't think, I didn't like.
So are you saying you have this in you?
Like to confront and talk to them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done it. Yeah, with my past friendships. Yeah, like when it gets to like for example, I have a story where it's like my friend when we were like 5 years old ended up sleeping with my ex.
Right.
And that's when I was like, that wasn't cool.
Right.
So I just kind of like talked that with her, like I don't think we can be friends. I kind of like pushed a lot.
Right.
Yeah. So.
But was that supposed to happen?
What, like cutting her off?
Yeah. No. Was that supposed to happen with you or her having sex with your ex?
Wait, what?
What you said she had sex with who?
My ex. Yeah.
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 Was that supposed to happen? I know. It's a question. Was she supposed to sleep with your ex?
No,
Yeah. Was she supposed to sleep with him? Right. So your friendship wasn't directed aright, right? Right? Your friendship wasn't based on true values, right? That's what I'm trying to show you. Even though your mind might be, you might have a part of understanding of how to go about this, the truth. But there's pieces that are missing. And because pieces are missing, you're not going to have the right judgment in its entirety. So I'm not taking away the pieces that you got. Those pieces good. You're saying you're the sister that talks? Duly noted. We're going to note that. You're the sister that communicates. That's what you're saying, right? That I'm saying you got that part. That's good. Okay, well, we're giving you the other pieces. The other pieces that you might not have, right? That you got to realize the fighting through, the being able to, as a brother or a sister, continually nourish that brotherhood and that sisterhood, because those things don't supposed to be accounted of us. You, as long as I've been around in the truth, right? Negroes that did things like that, they're gone. They're not of the truth. So the truth, remember, the truth is not contingent on people that don't want to yield to these values. They're not the truth. A person that don't want to yield to the values of the gospel, that's the whole point of what I'm saying to y'all. Like, if a woman bases her values on her emotions, she's not yielding to the judgment of the Most High. She's never going to align with the gospel. She's always going to be adverse. You're always going to be different. You're always going to be like, I just can't get with it. And it's a reminder to us, to you, why we can never yield. We can't yield to that logic. Right? We got to do the way the Most High said and remind y'all what the Most High said. Proper, true judgment. So don't think I'm taking anything, your value and what you gained, but we're just adding just a little more pieces to this puzzle that is going to strengthen you more. Right? So then, what do you feel as far as part of this body that you need to build to gain more brotherhood or sisterhood? You see where we're adding? We're adding what you don't get. Right there. I mean, tell me something. Do you know? What you gonna say?
17 and 17.
Right? A brother's born for adversity, right? Well, that was really a rhetorical question. I wanted her to recognize that there's the pieces of the puzzle that she doesn't have that needs to be added to her, right? So to showing her that she doesn't have in her head the things at the forefront of her mind, and that's what the classes are about. That's what all these things are about, showing her like she's missing out. She's missing out on some things. If she's humble enough, she'll see that. Wait a minute. Yeah, I might got this. I might be able to communicate and sit down with people. But there's other things I'm missing. That's why the Most High has given me the truth. Mm-hmm. You see that? Because you can bring that strength to the body with the added things the Spirit is adding to you.
Yeah, you might got communication.
Yeah.
But do you got long suffering?
Right.
Because you might be able to talk about an issue with somebody, but then you'll be like, nah, I had enough. But then when we go by Matthew 7, it's why it's important for us to have that foundation of the gospel. Do we want that same judgment to be measured with us? Do you want Yahweh Shai to be like, you know what? And I gave Breezer enough chances. That's it. That's what going back to the title of class. How the lack of faith affects a woman. Yeah, because if you have that mind, to be like, well, I talk, because we have sisters that say, well, I talked to him.
Yeah.
And they come in one council, and then they will go act out the council, right? But then because they don't have the faith, the long suffering, the patience to see it all the way through. Well, I tried that.
Yeah.
Like they literally say, I tried that and I'm done.
Teach.
Yeah,
Bruh, for real.
But then why? Because my subjective viewpoint is that's what I did in the world. I gave you an opportunity once, twice. Wait, what's the stupid thing? Is fool me once, shame on me.
Yeah.
Right?
Fool
Fool me
me
twice. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. That. And you try to carry that to the truth.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So remember that. Keep that. We need that part of it. Check this out as we read this. Bottom line, when a woman is emotional, her judgment may be clouded by the heat of the moment. It may be clouded by the heat of the moment. This is why she can't deal with this mind outside the judgment of the Most High. This is why, sisters like, well, how do you do that? Like, how do you tap into this where you don't tap into your emotions? Well, first of all, you got to recognize emotional is out of the spirit.
Right. That's not book.
It's not scriptures. Mm-hmm. If I'm in the store and a cat steps on my shoe or a brother bumps into me and I just shove him and punch him in his face or pull out a gun on him, I'm in the spirit? Or my rib says something stupid, you know what I mean, and smart, right? And I just put some powder in my hand and smack the crap out of her. You got to have the powder all the time on you, though, to do that. Like, is that being spiritual? Is that like, oh, he's in the spirit? No, well, it's the same thing with when sisters jump out of the logic of the Most High. Now, I took it to the extreme, but how about if rendering evil for evil? You say something negative and I come back with something negative. What about that? Is that the spirit? Is that judgment? At least Ariel knows. I'm messing. Where are we at? Psalms what?
Psalms 106, verse 3.
Did we read this yet?
Yes, we did.
Okay, go to John 7:24. John 7:24. And then somebody give me Wisdom of Solomon 9. Go ahead.
John chapter 7 and verse 24.
Go ahead.
Judge not according to the appearance.
See? Why is this important? Judge not according to appearance. That means the outward. Right? Lashabara got a back pain. Shawashana got a foot pain. Shalamaya got a back pain. Amawana got a body pain. Shariah got a nose pain. Rakama got baby pain. Right? Right. So if I come back and I look at, if I pass Lashabara and she's like, Shalom, and you don't know Lashabara or Zelda, you're thinking like, well, she didn't really say Shalom to me. Yeah. She must not like me.
Yeah.
You come with that worldly mind. And I know, Bayana, you're like, well, that doesn't happen because you've been here. How long you been here? But what about y'all that are new or still in that mind state? So if you're like, well, yeah, I don't see why they would do that. And I'm assuming off of your facial expressions, like, that's crazy, right? But how about the ones that do it? And they're looking at, they don't know the back pain, the foot pain, the body pain, the period pain, the baby pain. Right, and they're like, hey, Shalom, sis. Shalom. And it's like, damn, what? She just being disrespectful? They don't know that sister's going through all these pain. Because you're right, and everybody been saying it, to the pure all things are pure, but him that is not pure, their conscience is defiled. You cannot judge off of a defiled conscience.
Yeah. Can I read this?
Yeah, go ahead.
It says, because you said something earlier about subjective, and that's what I've been looking up over here. Subjective, objective view. So this says, conflicts often arise because people assume their subjective view, which means your emotion, based off of your perspective, based off your past experiences, not based off the gospel. Because remember, we got to bring it back to the Bible.
Right.
This was something ChatGPT gave me when I said subjective versus objective.
Uh-huh.
So it says again, conflicts often arise because people assume their subjective view is objective truth.
Right.
So I got this ability.
Thank you,
I got
Bro.
this ability to know 100%.
Right.
Not through this though.
Yeah.
Not through the Bible. I
Yeah.
know based off that one experience about how you came in, you didn't speak with liveliness, or you didn't give me, like, you have this worldly way of saying something's a definite truth. But then it don't match with the gospel. So then you deal with people that are in the gospel, and there goes your conflict.
Right. So I came in. How we set it up is, this is the dynamic. I'm gonna show you how it's a win-lose situation. It's a lose-lose situation. So the new sister come in, or the new brother come in, right? And we set it up to where we cannot be overwhelming, right? Like when the new sister came in, it can't be like 7 sisters walking over there like, yeah, shalom, sis. She'd be like, oh shit, what's this about? So you get one sister that'll come over and say, hey, shalom, sis, welcome, da-da-da-da, say a few words, pull back, right? That'd be it. Well, which one do we do? Do we send 7 sisters? Or do we send 1 sister? How about if we send no sisters? If we send no sisters and we send a brother, how will we be viewed? See, I'm trying to show y'all something about worldly judgment. Worldly judgment. It doesn't, if we send a brother and we said, hey, the sister's a little lean back, you brought her to class, right? Because, you know, the sister, you invited her to class, you met her in the mall, right? And we said, hey, you rap to her, right? For right now. And then when she's ready, then, you know, sisters could talk. Will we lose or win? And I'm not putting that on her. I'm just saying, on how? What way? I'll answer that.
Yeah. Oh, that's
it depends.
Yeah.
And I'm not moving away from her because I'm not trying to put her on the spot. I'm trying to just put the mind state.
Yeah.
If a person is not in the right mind state, they don't know what's going behind the scenes. That we're just trying to be welcoming but not over welcoming, not friendly but not spooky, right? Because we can get spooky, we get hype, right? Hey, shalom, and everybody, that'd be weird. 7 sisters or 4 sisters or 3, right? So how do we do it? And if you're saying, well, let it be natural, well, there is no such thing, because if we let it be natural, a sister might come or might not. And then if we're not all aware, how about a time goes on that naturally it didn't happen? Then it'd be like, well, I didn't feel welcome.
Yeah. Nobody talked to me.
Nobody talked to me. You see why judgment got to be right? Because if your judgment is off, then what's going to happen? Well, I don't feel like sisters welcome me the proper way. And then this sister, she had period face. This sister had diarrhea face. I don't know. You see why judgment? Because then I would come back and say, well, wait a minute. So the sisters didn't like you? Well, then why they invited you? And why they this and this and this afterwards? You never seen the love? No, I held on to that one time. It wasn't done properly.
Oh, wow. What's proper? What's proper?
Or I didn't feel welcome since day one. But wait a minute, I've seen sisters talk to you after day 1, day 2, day 3, 4, 5, whatever, right? All these things happen. But you know how your judgment's off? Because that negative outlook, you're not judging righteous judgment.
Yeah, you don't know biblical order.
You don't know none of that. But now, check this out. Check this out. Does it matter? You see all that dynamic and all of that, what I just explained? Does that even matter to the person in that mind?
They're right.
No. We're scrambling, and she's like, nope. He's like, nope. I'm just kicking it with this brother. Why? Worldly minds. They don't have the judgment to process this. They don't have the mind. What? Let me go there for everybody. Go back to Timothy, Titus was it
1:15.
1:15? Sorry.
1:15.
And then read that one more time while we get that.
Judge not according to the appearance,
Right?
but judge righteous judgment.
Yeah, you got to judge righteous judgment. But what is righteous judgment? Oh yeah, I know righteous judgment. Your intuition? No, that's not righteous. I know righteous judgment. Well, when you what? Nobody's pulling out pork packages in here. So what are you judging us off? Well, you got images on the wall. What the hell are you talking about? You don't know the Bible. Leviticus, go to the law. They had images all through the congregation, the temple. What are you talking about? But that's the thing. They don't judge according to the Bible. They don't even know the Bible. They're just judging off of emotions. They won't even ask. You know how the spirit ain't working because they don't even care to ask. You're still coming with a nigga mind and acting like you're right.
Yeah, they still hold on to 15 years ago.
Yeah, you 15 years ago with this brother, this sister, that person. You can't do that with people. That's not how you deal with people at all. At all. Truth or not. You gotta be able to apply the wisdom and knowledge and understanding to people out there that are blinded. And we do it all the time, don't we? When we go pass our flyers and we go teach, it ain't we're righteous only with each other, but then we go out there, we're just niggas with them. No, we're like, man, welcoming, brotherly with them. That's how this works. Judge not by appearance. Oh, you know what? He got a 45 in it. You know how many people got guns out here in VA? They just got guns on their hip. We don't be like, you know what? He got a gun. Ooh, don't talk to him. No flyers for him.
You know how many people, the opposite, that judge like that, and they look and say, "Oh, y'all them Israelites."
Exactly.
But then they leave like, "Wow, y'all different."
Different.
Y'all
Exactly.
Different. It just shows you if you got that worldly perspective, then you already condemn the whole Yasharala.
Yeah.
All you camps. That's what I see on Facebook. All the camps. Really? All the camps. So you done been to every camp. They all act the same. They all teach the same thing. Sadly, we don't. Because it should be, yes, we do. Because it should be this. This like what this class is. Our
Character,
judgment, yeah.
standard, integrity. It should be that. It shouldn't be the shenanigans. Right? Go ahead and read this, Salak.
Titus chapter 1 verse 15.
Go ahead.
Unto the pure, all things are pure.
See, if I have a pure outlook on my people, on Israel, then when I enter an environment with my people, like for instance, when we went to this thing that we've never done before, it was a little festival, and it was all Israelites. It was some camp, some not. And it was more of not camps. But I realized we didn't go there even caring about that. Because that's not how we deal. We went with right judgment and said, you know what? I'm going to judge Israelites off of the merit of them. Not off a preconceived notion. Now, imagine if you do this at home. If you think like this at home. Your house is full of chaos. Because you're not pure. Everything your husband does, you got an evil suspicion. Everything a brother does is an evil suspicion. Watch, read on.
But unto them that are defiled.
Right? Him that is defiled. Defiled in what way? Well, I already, I mean, if you want to breeze it, you can say, well, I held on to that. Not saying you did, but how many sisters, well, my husband cheated on me. So that's why I got to go through your phone. Why do you go through his phone? Why do you go through his phone? Shirai, you go through Jarrell's phone? Why? Because she's never been cheated on. Or she's never let it motivate her. Right? So maybe she was cheated on, but think about it. How many of you can say that? I was cheated on, but I didn't let that motivate me in my judgment to deal with this individual like this. How many? How many can say that? Well, not many, right? No hands? What?
I was gonna say something, but so I can answer your question.
You got to talk a little louder.
I was gonna say mostly like she's seen other sisters do it, and what happens when they do it. So she's like, I'm not messing with that.
We'll do what? Explain.
Looking at the
Going
phone.
through the phone.
Oh, going through the phone thing.
She's heard it, she's seen it, she's heard a couple of she's seen it happen, so she's like, nope.
I'm not doing that. But so she's not motivated by anybody's unpure outlook and mentality. She's like, nah, I'm gonna do what the scripture says, and I'm gonna have a pure mind when dealing with him. And he's a man, he's gonna do what he do. It doesn't matter what's in his phone. And I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do as a woman. But how many of you can say that? Now, how many of you can bear witness that you're motivated by a lot of Bayana, you right here, so when your facial expressions get me laughing. How many of you can say that negative experiences have formed a lot of your lifestyle?
There you go. Dang, you spent. I dunked it.
Huh? Con? Con. Which is one, Zelda? Say one negative experience that motivated. Go ahead. So I'm on is next. What?
I'll say,
Going through the phone. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead. What?
I was gonna say that. I've gone through his phone and it caused more, so now I don't even wanna look at his phone.
But why'd you go through his phone?
Because I was stupid, I was immature, I was in my emotions, I wasn't doing what I should have.
You know why you went through his phone, sis? Because your impure outlook on him and your past relationships or past hurt formulated in your mind, and that propelled you. Now, we just use it to something simple. Go ahead, say it.
Yeah, I was gonna be honest too. I used to be like that, but now, raining and
Right.
I still look at it like, I'd be like,
I like that. That's real. That's real.
Hey, your mouth
real.
dripping and shit.
I'm just like this. I've been studying for
Right. Right. I like that. That's real. That's real.
Hey, Barakatay, how about Shimmy Al-Shai? What?
I can bear witness to that because through your phone did not go well. When you will leave your phone like this,
Oh yeah, when it unlocks.
you can be like this, I'll be like, nope. I will literally flip it out like, no sir, I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it, it's too much.
Well, I did it on purpose because I did it to reveal. I did it because I gotta get that out of the way. If that lingers, then it would have never got to where we are now, right? You still, we 40, we old folks now, and then what? You still looking at my phone for what? Right? But the problem is that what propels a lot of women to do this? Yeah, go ahead.
It's not even anything, because looking at the phone didn't do anything. It didn't change you, it didn't stop me, it didn't stop you, it didn't, it really, I only went through this whole emotional issue in my head that didn't even make sense. I didn't know who you were talking to, what did it mean? I didn't go through the whole, I didn't scroll up all the way. It just did nothing, it just hurt. It hurt because when I asked you, you were like, why are you going to my phone? And I'm like, no, why are you talking to her? You're never going to tell me, I'm not going to be, it was never going to come out of me to be like, okay, I feel good now. It was never going to happen.
Right.
So me going to the phone was just me cussing myself, me stabbing. Like, I'm just going to hurt myself.
Right.
It's pointless that I only did it once. No, I'm lying. I did it many times. But you were too accessible. And I'm like, I can't. I stopped because of me, not because of you. You could be talking to whoever, and you probably weren't even talking to anybody because you were comfortable. But it was like, I'm not hurting myself that way. Nothing that I say or do is going to change what he does.
But that's
Do what he's going to do.
that's the point of what we're going over. That how is it we're supposed to let your emotions run our life and judgment? See, the only ones that do that is sucker for love ass niggas that literally they don't know about the Bible,
Right.
that they don't know wisdom. Like if I let your emotions, then I'm going to get emotional. And we don't want that. We don't want men to be emotional, because what happens when they get emotional?
So you got to be manly.
Then you got, there you go. The roles are switched. That's why it's important. The whole point of this first point was judgment. Bearing witness that emotions ain't judgment. Emotions ain't gospel. It's literally like you said, and yes, sis, Shawashana, Shalamaya, and all the sisters that's off that and put away childish things, it literally started right there. Jesus Christ said, and you look at the phone and you what? Chop down that imaginations and say, that's only going to bring confusion. But yeah, it's literally, I know it sounds small and amateur, but if it doesn't start there, you won't be on your way to say, nah, that's not what the book says do.
Right.
And that's what a lot of sisters don't want to do. They don't want to say, nah, the scriptures say this. God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. Why am I not at peace? Is it him or is it me? Because I can't simply respect. Yeah.
I'll say, like, on that topic with me, it was more like, I would realize that you was different, and then I was straight into my mind of, oh, is he entertaining somebody? Let me check. So, I used to do it while he was asleep, like,
Right.
while,
You were one of those.
while he was sleeping, we'll do it. Sometimes I'll just be like, sitting down talking to him.
Now, now let me say it. Why are you alone now? Exactly. Why is sisters alone? See, you got to realize that where those actions take you. Right? Where those actions take you. What?
One thing she said was, you're acting different. That's all imaginations. Man is always the same man no matter what.
Yeah.
We just see things. Oh, you didn't say goodbye to me when you left.
Who is she?
Yeah. Like, who is she? Right? You didn't say goodbye. That's real. But this is why the Most High tells us, go to Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 2.
Shariah had a hand up too.
Shariah, you had your hand.
I was gonna say a different version on that. I did that the whole day we're acting different, and I think I don't know.
That-
When is it that you can when is it okay? Because I remember when I did go through this, I remember telling you, yeah, well, I already dreamt all that was happening. I just never really acted on it. How do you know when it's like a situation where you should be seeing something? Like it's this is your opportunity. The Lord is showing you something right here. How do you know?
Oh, like the Spirit's telling you something?
Yeah. How do you? Because
Oh, I'm glad you asked that. Wow. That is beautiful the way you worded that too. It's like a maniac.
Well, yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah, so when is the Spirit revealing to you to go through his phone?
Well, no, but I'm saying.
Okay, so what are you saying then?
What I'm saying is, okay, so yes, I've had two opportunities. There was once where I was playing on the phone. I won't even play on the phone, but I was playing on the phone, and something popped up, turned it over because I don't want to know. And then there was a situation where I was dreaming, and I know we don't do things about dreams, but it was very specific things, and then I would look at his actions to that follow up, and how do you know when it's like?
So I'm gonna say this again. When does the Spirit lead you to check his phone?
No, not check his phone. No.
To what?
When you know it's like something is showing you something.
Like showing you what's on his phone?
Okay, I'm not going off of a married woman point of view. I'm going off of we're
talking.
I get that.
Yeah.
When is the Spirit showing you to look through his phone?
That's not what I'm asking.
Well, when is the Spirit showing you or telling you something that you may need to know?
No, it's really.
Okay.
It's more like when the Spirit showing you that he is maybe doing something negative.
Yeah. And not that I want to find out.
And the only way you can know is what?
No.
Through his phone. And you know, I'm only messing with you on this. But remember, this is what we have to understand. The Most High reveals everything. Whatever's done in secret shall be brought into light.
Right.
You're not the judge. Right? So really, a faithful woman leaves it to the Father.
Okay, yeah, because I think that's well, that is what I did. I kind of was like, hey, drink, whatever, okay, I saw what was from whatever, and left it alone, and it eventually came out, but I was wondering if that...
Well, you just said it.
Well, shit, just leave it at that, but...
You said it, you lived it, you walked through it. That is exactly what you do. And what did the Spirit do? It revealed it. Because the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your labor of love. He's not unrighteous to be like, you know what? You're a sister that this needs to be revealed. He's stripping and nobody knows. He's a stripper. He's a drug dealer. No, hold on a second. I'm not saying her. I'm saying this is how we think. We're like, well, he's doing something negative, and I got to investigate. He's doing something that's not right. He was supposed to have this sister come to class and learn, but no, he's already meeting up with her. He's already having sex with her. So I got to be the one to reveal this. Or he is a stripper, or he's back smoking cigarettes. Right? And you know what? If I don't reveal it, who's going to find out? I'm the only one here. But then you find out, Titus, what did it say?
1:15.
Titus chapter 1 verse 15.
Uh-huh.
Unto the pure, all things are pure.
Go ahead.
But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure.
Right. Go ahead.
But even in their mind and conscience is defiled.
See? Your mind and conscience, is it about you keeping a pure conscience or being defiled? So what is a conscience of the Lord? He said what? He revenges. He will what? Bring all things in darkness to the light. That's what the book says. We can get those too. Get them for me real quick. Yeah.
Okay, I guess what I was asking was, how do you know if let's say I do go to Jerome.
Uh-huh.
Let's not say that. No. Let's say he's on his phone.
Uh-huh.
I'm on his phone.
Go ahead.
We're hanging out on his phone.
Uh-huh.
And then something pops up.
Yeah.
Is that a moment to be like, I see that, we're going to talk about that? Or is it like, let's just let it ride out, everything will come out all at once?
You're on his phone.
Where?
Oh, hold on. You guys are playing a game and he gives it to you and you're like playing a game and then something pops up, guns, drugs, and it's like, you ready to do this tonight? Yeah, obviously. Obviously, the Most High put it right there in your face for you to be like, babe, this popped up out here. Like, I got your back. Hold on. Hold on. Let me finish my
Get the gun.
No, I got your back, but not like this.
Right.
Like, well, this can't be named of us. What's going on? And then he could come back and say, well, these cats are being stupid. They're being funny.
I'm saying, is it ever okay if it were to come up like that?
Yes, it is. To answer your question, there's nothing wrong with you going and communicating with your husband.
Right, okay.
And coming back and saying, or a brother or a sister, sis, So this negative won't work on me. This is what Zelda's working on now. She's getting better at it. Shalom, sir. I don't want this to work on my mind. Get me right. And guess what? Bakar, sis, he'll come back and be like, you're tripping. You're not in the right mind. Why? ... There's nothing wrong with asking. But what she doesn't do and get on and see you motherfucker, I see, that's what I'm saying. She's not going to do that. No woman should do that to her husband. It should be, you're a human. There should be a human way to communicate. A wise way to communicate. When you go back to David, and you go back to Abigail, and Nabal being her husband, which was a fool, and Abigail going to David and speaking about her husband to David and luring David's guards and going to her husband, you guys got to go through that reading and really look at what was said, and you will see the technique. How it says words can be, a woman's words can be like smooth as butter.
Kind.
Like your words can be, you can persuade a man either way, in wickedness and in righteousness. But a lot of sisters are just so emotional, they don't know how to communicate. They communicate out of the anger, and the hood come out of them. But you can, it's not wrong. Nowhere in the Bible it says, hey sister, don't never ask a question. Your husband, what husband in here don't want questions? We don't want
Assumptions.
us, not even that.
We don't want
belligerent. No, you're gonna, first of all, I already know you're assuming, and you can come to me with the assumption. That's not the problem.
Right.
The problem is you're going to come to me with disrespect while assuming, and then trying to get me to talk to you while you're belligerent and out of order and disgruntled. We can't communicate like that. I can't talk to you like that because you're just lunacy right now. You're just out of it. So when you come, there's got to be a respect, a order, and all those things that the Most High laid down. Judgment, righteousness, right speech, not hasty, all the things that we've been going over in class. And be able to be, hey, babe, this is on my mind and I know it can be negative. If you start out a lot of conversations like that, your husband's guards will drop. I know there's a lot of spirits working in the spirit of Hamashiach, my husband, and I'm not going to let it get me. But I do have a question. Why is that never the option? Why is it, see, that's what I'm saying. What the fuck are you doing over here? See, you didn't, and it, like, nobody's listening to that. We automatically shut down and are like, hold on a second. We're not niggas no more. You're not going to talk to me like that. See, so yes, there's nowhere in the Bible that it says a woman can't ask a question to her husband. The Bible says do all things decently and in order. So there's a proper way to go do those things as well, right? You know, because when Kasadaya is like, get me some popcorn. You're like, huh? No, let's try this again. Can I please have some popcorn? And you're like, yes, I got you. It's the same thing. Like, why is it strange when we get grown up, but you don't know how to be polite when when kids, you're being taught polite, and when we get grown up, no more politeness. Right? Yeah. So, absolutely. Anybody disagree with that? I mean, sisters, in reality, do you disagree with that? You just hasn't trained yourself to come out of the animalistic mentality. And what is ruling you?
Flesh.
Emotions. And that's why you disrespect. That's why you move rashly. That's why you move with assumption. It's not judgment of the Lord. It's not honoring your husband. It's emotions. And that's why your husband's like, nah, I am not messing with you. I am not going to mess with that. You're going to honor the Most High in righteousness, or I don't got nothing to say to you. Then we shut down. especially a man that's doing the work of the Most High. You're not dealing with 1 week brothers. Camp is on Saturdays. Yeah, where you going to camp? We meet up at a street speaking. You're not dealing with that. You're dealing with literal men that have dedicated their lives to the gospel. Daily we do this. This ain't 1 day a week. So we have to have that honor because the Most High said it, and you should be willing to give that honor, right? Who? There was a hand. What's that?
Yeah, 2 questions.
Where?
I was gonna tell for the women that you have a choice on when to be emotional and when to tone it down.
Yeah.
When something like that happens. 'Cause when I was on my tip of not looking at your phone anymore, you used to plug in your phone to the TV. You remember that?
Yeah.
And
It would just pop up.
it was just like straight, just.
Yeah, everything.
And I'm like, and you were like, that was.
I miss you.
I get it. I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Was a mistake.
Yeah.
So it's like I had to choose not to go, get out of my room, I'm done with you, because for me, not even for you, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. But I had to choose that consistently all the time because I didn't like how I felt. So they had to leave the emotion to the side and choose not to be emotional and talk to you normal. And I only say that now because the other day I came to you with something really crazy, but if we were talking like normal people, and you were like, no, I don't like that. If I would have said something like that to you before, the way I used to come to you, it would have been an argument, and you probably would have left the house, it would have been a whole thing, because of the, like you say, disrespect, the attacking, not trying to resolve it, but I just want to yell.
Right.
For you to see how, emotional I am, and you just be like,
But do you see what I've been telling you all these 20-something years?
yeah, I'm attesting to that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful right there.
Right, you're attesting to it, but you see, I'm not an unreasonable man. It was always about, look, just do what the scriptures say, then I will respect that. But I'm not going to respect the disrespect.
Yeah, I mean, Lisa and I always talk about that to sisters because we can say the same crazy thing, disrespectful and yelling, and we can say the same thing in a friendly, coming to you, trying to learn on the soul thing. It could be the same subject.
Yeah.
We always tell them the tone. I tell her a lot. The tone, how you walk, it's all about how you say it. It's not how what you say is what you say. We always tell them that because we come from that place.
Yeah.
And I know I come from that place where I'm talking crazy.
If only sisters would actually sit down with you and pick your brain, they would see you're not a goddess and untouchable. You literally live that life and it can be overcome. But showing them how to overcome it, there is a way. All right, where are we at? Yeah, sis, go ahead. Say it.
Please.
Say it.
Well, this is because I've seen it. What if the wife is respectful coming to you, and the husband switches around, making her the problem now?
Uh-huh.
So, how does that?
So if the husband's litty. The husband's lit.
Yeah, the wife is so what's up with this? Coming to him,
Well, first of all, that right there ain't acceptable with some men. That right there ain't acceptable with some men. Like if my rib told me, "What's up with this?" I'm like, "Nigga, you ain't from damn. What do you mean, what's up with this?" Like, nah, don't. That's not how you're gonna approach me. So, this is why it's important for you to know your husband, you're generalizing this question for that sister to know their husband and how they want to go.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say what's up. That's just how I talk.
Right.
I didn't mean come to him that. I meant soft, what's going on, who's this, be respect. That was just.
Well, but that right there, that right there, who's this? Now you're what?
Maintaining.
You're trying to. You what? You what?
I said she's pressing him.
Yeah, you pressing him. And then you're investigating. So this is what we talk about the tongue. You got to know what's acceptable for your husband, and what you know, like she's telling you, like that. I wasn't playing with none of that. Like you're like, what? Like just the way you're saying it. It can be low tone, but if you tell me like, what's up with this? You know what I mean? First of all, I think you're a man. You talking to me like you a brother.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well, wait a minute. What do you mean? What's up with this? Like that vocabulary, your husband might not like. So that's, you got to ask. Now, let's go to the next level. Let's go and say you did ask and say, my beloved Lord. Right? And you were the most humble queen. And he started like turning up. Well, then a wise woman would do what? It says we'll spit on the fire. We'll spit on the flame. So if I were you, if I was that sister, I would come back and be like, you know what? Salak that I asked. She would know how to spit on the flame. So those things got to happen too. Understanding how to calm her husband, how to what it said about
Would a wise woman build a home?
no about it tells you about the speech and it says the king it's Proverbs. Yeah. No. It says about swaying the king, and I'm paraphrasing it. I'm paraphrasing it. It says, but it tells you about the king and how you can even persuade a king with how you talk. Right? So there's a way you bring it out. You got to know your husband's way. There's a way to understand that it's not time. See, that's when it goes into discretion. It's a time for all things. He's not dealing with that now. You know what I mean? There's a time for that too, right? There's a time. There's a total understanding of knowing, not railing for railing. So I'm not going to get into that with him because then I'm going to lose my honor, right? Now I'm speaking from a woman's standpoint. I'm not going to lose my honor. Right? Because he's yelling at me, he's upset for something. I'm not going to yell at him and override him. There's supposed to be the quality and standard of a Hebrew Israelite woman. She's supposed to know that never happens. Like, there's something wrong with him, obviously. But I'm not trying to dishonor and go at him and be this thug woman to him. That got to be in you, though. Because if not, you're going to want to do what? Fight fire with fire, right? You're going to want to render evil for evil, right? Nah, he said this. Nah, he the one. Nah, he said it. Right? He the one that got to go back and retract that. Like, okay, what?
Proverbs 25:15.
Read that.
It reads Proverbs chapter 25, verse 15.
Go ahead.
By long forbearing.
There you go. There you go. Proverbs what?
25.
25, verse 15.
Write it down. Go ahead.
By long forbearing is a prince persuaded.
See? By long forbearing is a prince persuaded. You as a woman, y'all don't understand. Women, you can get whatever you want. You literally get whatever you want in wickedness and in righteousness. You can lure, man. These women are luring men to hotels, getting them in there and murdering them. That's a wicked woman. You have the power to lure your husband as well. You just don't know the power of the tongue, speech, of calming the spirit. Long forbearance. You might have to forbear. Right? And then entreat. Go ahead.
By long forbearing is a prince persuaded.
Go ahead.
A soft tongue breaketh the bone.
A soft tongue breaketh the bones. See, and that's what it's a continued thing with this soft tongue. Sisters, come on now, let's be real. You're learning about the soft tongue now, right? Did you know that before? No. You had that whip that trick tongue. I'm just messing with you.
West Coast,
Yeah,
West Coast.
Go ahead.
So, if you say that one, you could also use Proverbs 30 and 26,
Okay, read it. Proverbs 31 and what?
26.
Okay, read it.
Proverbs chapter 31 and verse 26.
Go ahead.
She opens her mouth with wisdom,
Right?
and in her tongue is the law of kindness.
And once you gauge yourself based on these are just two. You know we could do this all day. You know it's in there all day, right? Once you set your parameters with this, anything can be said. Now it's how you say it. Right? It's how you bring it across. It's timing, it's judgment. That's why it says discretion shall preserve you.
Yep.
And those are things that not only men don't have, women don't have. They don't have discretion. They're like, no, my emotions is running hot now. As a matter of fact, they've been hot. I found out at 10, you don't get to home till 8, and I kept that flame burning all the way to. Just to wait you walk into that door. I waited, how many hours? And then I just waited to, what the fuck? And I see, and you're, right? So you got to know that, okay, you know what? This is negative, and I'm going to hold this in this whole time. I got to let all that go. And then I'm going to approach him the right way, right? So, all right. We went, good. Those are good questions. What, you got one more? Or statements? Yeah. Yeah, I did. Well, let's finish it up with that, and then that's it.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 9.
Huh? Oh, wait, we got 2 questions. All right, wait, we're not going to finish it up. We got 2 questions. I mean, y'all know the deal. If you got to go, go. Go ahead. Wisdom of Solomon 9-23. 2. 9 and 2.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 9 verse 2.
Go ahead.
And ordain man through thy wisdom,
Right.
that he should have dominion over the creatures,
Right.
which thou hast made,
Read.
and of the order the world.
Right. The Most High is talking about wisdom when you read the first verse. That the Most High gave us wisdom to do these things, to order things aright. Sisters too. Men and women. Go ahead.
And order the world according to the equity and righteousness.
Every word of the Most High is given to us to order things in equity and righteousness. Everything is here in the book. So don't never think, well, that how do you deal with this situation? It's not in the Bible. Don't listen to these birdhead ass people, man. Every situation is in the Bible. We can sit here all day. You can come back with some question and I can answer every situation out of the Bible. Every situation. It don't matter what it is. Economics is in here. Talk about animals, it's in here. Relationships, it's in here. Doubt, fear, jealousy, envy, strife, anxiety, murderous, sex, drugs. It's all in here. It can be all answered. And when you're not answering them through the Bible, then your judgment ain't going to be correct. Go ahead.
And execute judgment with an upright heart.
See, but in order for you to practice the judgment of the Most High, you have to have a righteous heart. Or you're going to go by your defiled mind, which is doing things like you did in the past. Which is doing things like you did in the world. Now, I can't go into this second point because this is long, but we're going to answer the 2 questions.
It's like a 2-parter. So,
Okay.
It says, during separation, does that mean you're no longer married during that period of time? Then it says, does she no longer have to communicate with him during that time?
Okay, let's go back to First Corinthians, because you're asking a question that probably a lot of people are not familiar with. Go to 1 Corinthians 7 and 5. Start from 1, bruh. Start from 1. That way we can read in context. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Now concerning the
Why I like reading it in the context so you can understand what is being said from the beginning to the point to where we get. Nothing has to be made up if you read it in context of what the chapter is. You don't have to over-expound. You don't have to do none of that. Right? Go ahead.
Now concerning the things whereof he wrote of me,
Right?
It is good for a man not to touch a woman.
So he's talking about men and women in marriage. That's what he's saying. It's good for a man not to touch a woman. Preferably. This is what the Roman Catholic Church got wrong, though. Just this chapter right here, they didn't read. They must have not read. Go ahead.
John, verse 2. Nevertheless.
What?
Nevertheless.
They must have not read that. They must have not read nevertheless.
Right.
The Bible, Paul never said you can't have a woman.
Right.
He's saying it'd be good if you were like him and not touch a woman. But nevertheless, go ahead.
To avoid fornication.
To avoid you doing defiled things, touching yourself, dildos, going out and having sex with random partners to get your chalice off. Right? Go ahead.
Let every man have his own wife.
Let what?
Every man have his own wife.
Yeah, the Roman Catholic Church got it wrong. It didn't mean for a man, a bishop, he couldn't have a woman, or pastor couldn't have a wife. It was saying if you can't do it and contain like him, then go get a woman. And vice versa. Go get married. He's going to tell us. Go ahead.
And let every woman have her own husband.
You see that? Same thing with the woman. If she can't contain, you know how they say nuns, right? Because she get none. Well, if you can't be a nun while figuring yourself.
Right.
It's like, yeah, I don't deal with man. Like, because you're doing it all yourself.
Yeah.
You can't contain. Certain people can control to where they don't got that power. I mean, they don't have that, that burn, that issue.
Yeah.
Right? Now, for the rest of us, we're like, yeah, more power to you, right? We're like, we got to have a husband, or you gotta have a husband or wife, right? Go ahead.
Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence.
So remember what it's talking about. It started talking about if you can't control that, then you got to do what? Marry, right? Well, what's the benevolence? Now, it's not only sex, but it's all the things that come with marriage. Because you can't just say, oh, long as I'm having sex with her, we're married. No. I don't got to talk to her, just roll over, get away from me. No. Benevolence is all the things that comes with marriage, right? Go ahead.
And likewise, also the wife unto the husband.
Right. So same thing. The wife is supposed to give the husband the benevolence, and the husband is supposed to give the wife the benevolence. And you can look that word up to show that this is an embodiment of all these things. So now that we understand what's being said, it's talking about marriage and the things that come with marriage and the benevolence that comes with it. All right? What you got for benevolence?
This is ChatGPT benevolence. It says the quality of being kind, generous, and wanting to help others without expecting anything in return.
What else? What do benevolence according to 1 Corinthians 7? Because it'll give you a more direct definition.
It says the desire or disposition to do good to others, kindness, generosity, and goodwill.
Right. Let's get a little more deep.
Okay.
Let's do a little more deep. Because you got it? Okay.
They got due. It says means something owed or rightfully responsibility.
There you go. See, that's why it's going to get deeper when you say the verse. It's gonna go into it a little more deep. It's dope. But okay, so something due. So what is due in marriage? Sexual relations is due, right? There's got to be an agreement of like in this bond when you guys come together, what is agreed on, and you try to fulfill each other's due in that, right? You know that your wife needs 4 times, your husband needs 5. We're going to work at this. We're going to get this time. 4 times a week, 5 times a week. That's to do benevolence. Let's work at this, right? But remember, you don't miss one day and then now you hate each other because then you're just controlled by the flesh.
Yeah.
So remember, this can go in a whole class, but I'm giving you the fast version. Go ahead.
So this is benevolence. It says, here refers to kindness, affection, and the giving of oneself in love, specifically in the context of marital intimacy.
There you go. So now remember, all that what embodies marriage. It's just not just sex. Y'all get this? Everybody with me? Okay, go ahead. Read on.
Verse 4. The wife have not power of her own body.
Because she is now her husband's. Like, she can't be like, well, you know what? Like Americans like to say, well, he raped me. Now, you shouldn't want to, you know what I mean? Listen, I need it tonight.
You're a beast.
That's an animal, right?
Beast,
but it should never get there, because there should be an understanding that the wife is fulfilling the needs of the husband, and the husband is fulfilling the needs of the wife. That's what it's saying. That you're not your own no. You're not your own no more.
Right.
It's like when you come to the body, you are not your own. Right? You are subject to the body, the need of the people. Right? When the priest did the priesthood, it wasn't like, oh, you know what? I'm clocked out. You know, the Levite was walking around. And Elisha, Elijah, Ezekiel, when they walking around, right? What are they doing? They're being the priest. They're like, hey, come stay with me.
Yeah, they're dealing.
And let me feed you.
Yep.
And pray with us, sacrifice with us. That wasn't like, yeah, you know what? I checked out. I only work from like 3 to 5. I'm on part-time. No, there was a continue. That's why we be in that mode. It's a continual priesthood, right? So go ahead.
But the husband.
Right, but the husband, go ahead.
And likewise also the husband have not power of his own body.
So same thing. He's got to know that he's not in control of his own body. She's in need. You got to be able to give her needs, right? Yeah, it's due benevolence. You can't be like, well, I got what I wanted, right? Now remember, this is not talking about what you learned in the world. Like you had 50 dildos in the bedroom and it's like, well, you took away all the dildos. You're not giving me due benevolence. It don't work like that, all right? They don't work like that. That's not what it's saying. It's saying that as you come together in the gospel and with a bed undefiled now, right? Like we can only have sex. What was Diddy's problem, right? They had to have what? He had to have somebody peeing in his girl's mouth to get his rockers off.
Yeah, all the extras.
You can't be like, well, it's not due benevolence because you didn't let him pee on your eye right. It can't be like that. I know that's extreme, but you know how sisters think, like, well, you don't go down on me no more, so it's not due benevolence. You know what I mean? I put my butt in your face and see, you don't take, like, no more booty in the face, no more none of that. You got to say this, because what they're going to be doing is, if I don't say it, they're going to be, remember, the scripture says a bed undefiled.
Right.
This ain't talking about when you was defiled and you was doing things like that in the world. Now you're coming to an undefiled bed and you guys are like humans now. Right. Like you're like having sex like actual humans. Right? Not like damn Greco-Roman damn faggots and lesbians. That's where you got that from, pornography. That's not due benevolence. Right? That's because you went to the extreme and you don't know what love is. You can't even connect on this true love level, right? Don't let me start talking about love. What is love? My ribs like, yeah, because you don't know. No, I'm just joking. Go ahead, read.
But the wife.
But the wife. So you see that? You're not your own. You're each other's. Go ahead.
Defraud ye not. One.
Defraud means not to take away something that is due. So what is due? The due benevolence.
Right.
Right? You can't take that away. Go ahead.
Defraud ye not one the other.
Right?
Except.
Stop. What?
Except.
What?
Except.
What?
Except.
Except. So now there's a clause in there,
Right.
that this due benevolence can be taken away, except what?
It be with consent for a time.
Right. If it be with consent for a time. Now, here's the tricky part. Who was thrown in the dungeon and didn't have kids from that day on? Who was it? Oh? McCall, right? You guys got to watch the House of David. But they don't go into that yet. They just go into the love part with her.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyway, okay, so McCall, right? Is she got due benevolence? Hell nah. Her ass got cut off. Why? Go to Ecclesiastes
25 and 25.
25 and 25. Now you have something else in here. Hold on a second. Well, remember, we're not naive, nor are we Christians just to use one verse and all these other things got to come into play too. Because you got another equation in here. Okay, so this is what agreement, right? This is what agreement. So I come and say, listen, I want a divorce. I want a divorce. Why? I want a divorce because you don't care about me no more. And you come back and say, well, if you want a divorce, that's on you. And I come back and say, well, what about you caring about me? See, if you want a divorce, that's on you. No, but what about you just caring about me? Nah. You said divorce, it's on you. But what about you saying, I'll just care for you then? Won't you just say, I'll care for you? No, because you said divorce. So if you want a divorce, that's on you. That's in your heart. That's in your mind. Well, won't you just come back? See, this is why we can't get along no more. Because I want a divorce because you're not willing to yield. Right? Then Kazak comes in and says, listen, from the beginning it was not so. The Most High don't want y'all divorce. Christ said he don't want you to divorce, right?
Time.
So let's take some time out. Well, I don't want to take no time out. All right, so read the scripture. Where are we at?
Ecclesiastes chapter 25, verse 25.
Read.
Give the water no passage.
Right?
Neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad.
Uh-huh.
Verse 26. If she go not as thou wouldest have her.
If she do what?
Go not as thou wouldest have her.
So now you got a woman that's disgruntled, that's out of order, that's disrespectful. Like she don't want to yield. So I'm telling you, I don't want to deal with this no more because your attitude, you're coming back and saying, well, I'm not changing my attitude. You want a divorce. You're not getting this. You're slow. You're not understanding.
Yeah.
I want you to yield to what is right. I don't want the divorce if you can yield to what's right. Nah, you said divorce. Why you keep saying that?
Slow.
You're slow. I don't want a divorce if you can get it right. No, but you said divorce. Okay, you're going to keep playing this game. No, I want you to understand what you're doing wrong and submit to the Most High. Nah, you said divorce. Okay, all right. So is that what you want to do? I don't want a divorce. Do you want to get right? You said divorce. See, it's a game. Instead of saying, I'm going to get right according to what you want. The due benevolence goes both ways. You see that? So you get to this point. If she what?
If she go not as thou wouldest have her.
Right?
Cut her off from thy flesh.
From thy what?
From thy flesh.
From thy what?
From thy flesh.
So the first thing is you hold off and you separate fleshly. Now, ideally, it got to be with consent. But how about if you have a disgruntled person that say, well, I'm not going to do that. Well, you can't force me. You can't force nobody to deal with a disgruntled individual, to an out of order person. Let's just take the time. You see, because this is what type of unreasonable mind states come in marriage. The scriptures say, because the hardness of your hearts. Christ said it.
Kind.
Right?
Kind.
So you got two stubborn ass people, or you got one stubborn ass person. to say, you know what? Nah, I want it to be my way and it's going to be my way. I'm going to be out of order, disrespectful. I'm going to talk with my head like this all the time and you just got to put up with it. Ooh. And he's like, nah, I'm not putting up with it. You're going to bend to the Spirit of the Most High or we're going to be apart. You want a divorce. You're not getting this. You're not getting it, buddy. You're not getting it. Right? It's telling us you got to cut her off from your flesh. Meaning the sexual part. So that got to be separate. That's you stopping the sexual relations. Now, ideally, let's do this. Listen, let's agree on this. Defraud not one another except it be what? That's you. That's you over there.
Except it be with consent for a time.
For a what?
For a time.
Okay, let's do this. I love you. Right? I don't want to separate from us. But I do know we need time to reevaluate what we really have. Except it before time. Well, how long this time going to be? Let's do a year. Let's do 6 months. Let's do 2 years. 2 years, I can't live without you. How come you can't live without me when you hate me? When I tell you to do something, you definitely can live without me with you giving you orders. God. So how is it that you can't live without me when, which one is it? You can live without me? Well then why are you not at my beck and call when it's not wickedness? So you can't obviously live without me because you're not trying to live with me in what? Peace and unity and oneness, right? So let's take time out. Right? Read.
Come. That ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer.
So why you separate?
For fasting and prayer.
For fasting and prayer. Now, one situation is I can put you aside, or one situation is what? We can agree to have consent to say, okay, let's take this time apart so our marriage will not be dissolved. Because from the beginning it was not so. I want to honor Yahweh Shai. But I also, in honoring Yahweh Shai, I want you to be my whoever's the disgruntled side, the woman or man. I want you to be my wife. I want you to be my husband, but the right way. Let's do it right. Let's take this time apart, right? For fasting and what?
And prayer.
Finger banging yourself?
Prayer.
No, finger banging yourself.
Prayer.
Jacking off.
Prayer.
Going and having sex with random partners.
Prayer.
Okay. You got to put that in there. Because if not, then the person's going to be like, well, see, you said we were separate. Not like the world.
Whoa.
Right?
We on a break.
We on a break.
That don't count.
Yeah, you can just go have sex with.
That's crazy.
You guys think it's funny, but let's deal with the reality of what we deal with in the nation of Israel. Mm-hmm. People think like, well, he said he wanted to separate. You already in nigga mode. You pressed the nigga button a long time ago. Fully activated. Gold niggerism. Right? You put nigga mode on the fucking... So you're not on like gospel. So what's going to happen if we don't establish the rules? The frauding don't mean... the prayer and fasting don't mean fornication.
Right.
The Most High is not what fornication. He's not what you going out there doing that. It's a separation for you guys to reevaluate your marriage and come back. Watch, read on. And I'm going to let you come in, Bayana. Go ahead, read on.
And come together again.
And come to what?
Together again.
Right, and come together again. If not, watch, read where you're at.
So come and give her a bill of divorce.
Right. If not, if we can't come together, then what's going to happen?
Give her a bill of divorce.
If she go not as thou way, okay, it's a year later, it's a year later, the brother is still smoking weed, he's still getting angry and trying to grab you up, because you got that too in Israel. So I don't. The question, I'm not male or female.
Yeah.
Right? You got that in too. The brother's grabbing the sister up, and she's like, I don't want to go over there. And the brother's like, no, y'all kidnapped my rib.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, nigga, you was beating her. Like, the manipulating of this is crazy. You was over here not beating her. Let me say it again. he was over here manhandling her.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, y'all kidnapped my rib. No, she's afraid of you and she don't want to go around you. So you can paint that narrative all you want. So we had to have the sister go out to the cops and tell them, like, no, I'm safe. I don't want to be around him. Why? Because niggas are retarded. And then when women get out of order, they're retarded.
Yep.
This is what shenanigans, because people don't want to abide in the gospel.
Con.
Con?
Con.
Con?
Con.
Con?
Con.
Con?
Con.
Con. So you're done with the Ecclesiasticus. Finish. Go ahead and in Corinthians. Go ahead.
That Satan tempt you not.
That what?
That Satan tempt you not.
So the husband, you both got to understand, okay, how long, let's say if it's the husband, he's going to say, look, we got to separate this amount of time because you don't value what this relationship is based on. You're still trying to value worldly perspectives. Bayana, you were going to say something before I forget.
It was a question.
Yeah.
So you were saying that that he cuts her off from the flesh.
The flesh is no sex during that time.
Yeah. So does that mean they're building in other areas together, or they're just like gonna just be separated?
Well, that's the thing. If you separate yourself from sex, right? Could we be in the same bed? A lot of times you can't.
Yeah.
You see that? So what does that do? We're what? Sleeping in different places.
Yeah.
We're doing different things in that perspective then. Just think about it. Right? If you are separated in bed and you know damn well you're not going to go a year, 6 months sleeping next to him and not want to rub your feet on him and him rub on you, you guys literally got to be at separate places to do that. So that's where it comes in. The fasting comes in literally. What are you doing? You're not having sex. It's not talking about just food. It's talking about what? You know that you're fasting from the flesh. No more sexual relations.
Well, what I'm saying is he still going to be teaching her? Like, is she still going to be like, are they still going to be behaving like their husband and wife? Like,
That's
yes.
kind of the question.
Not having sex with each other, but.
And they should be on a certain level, yes. Meaning this, if it's in the gospel, remember, this is all for people that's in the Bible. People that don't believe in the scriptures, this don't matter. Yeah. They're not dealing with none of this. It should be. It was like, the husband should be like, look, I want you to get the knowledge, get the word, and keep coming to class. I think your mind is not locked into this. Same thing with the wife. We got the situation in Rochester. She's like, I'm afraid of you. I just want you to come to class and start doing things that's in the book. Right? Same thing. So, yeah, ideally, it should be that. It should be the word of the Most High, learning. It should be some type of still communication. Now, how about if it gets to the level where it can be that? How about we already did this? This is round 2. And Kazak is coming in trying to save another marriage. Okay, round 2. The 1 year didn't work. 2 years didn't work. But come on now, y'all got to work this out. And I come and say, all right, but how are we going to work it out? Well, she don't respect none of that. Every time we got together, we end up having sex anyway. So you never did one. You never did the year with one. So what has to happen? Okay. In certain situations, the husband's like, no, we can't deal on that level. She has to be a sister, and I got to be a brother. Right? Simple as that. She got to deal. She got to refresh her mind in the book, in the word, and I got to keep my mind in the book, in the word. So it depends on what measures and problems you have in relationships. One relationship might warrant, we can deal cordial. Right? We're going to separate. We can still talk and communicate. This other situation might be like, we tried that and it didn't work. We're back here again. Mm-hmm. And the only way we're going to really get our mind right is separating, you You starting over in your spirit, getting class, getting the word, and me doing the same thing. And then at the end, we're going to come back and we're going to see, did you get purged of that niggerism? Did you get purged of that? Are we ready to join in matrimony in the spirit? Right? And that's to be determined, right, with those individuals. So, but every situation is different. Remember, marriages, a brother or sister might be like, well, we got to do 1 year. The other couple might be, hey, it's just 6 months. The other person might be so fireful. You might be like, well, and this is not something I determined. So let me start back that. Let me.
That's you. That's the husband.
I'm not determined none of that. I'm going to be like, what do you guys want? My job in that is to say what Christ said. From the beginning it was not so. Before y'all jump to conclusions and cut each other off, won't y'all give each other space and time without just separating? Because a lot of times it be so heated, what do you want to do? I ain't messing with him. I ain't messing with her. I'm done. It's like, hold on a second. That's not what the Most High is about. Let's try to work it out. Now, yes, it could come to that, but at least you can say in the spirit, we try to work this thing out in the spirit of the Most High.
Right.
That's my only input on it. You know what I mean? Unless the brother asks me counsel in other areas and the sister asks me counsel in other areas. But the time is up to y'all, not up to me. Right? What you guys can deal with. Why? Because you got to know each other. Right? You got to know each other. What has to be implemented in your relationship. If it's a brother that is having a problem with his wife, that's one situation. If it's a wife having a problem with her husband, that's a whole nother situation. So it's different dynamics that got to be talked out and dealt with in these situations.
Whatever's needed to break that stronghold. Yep.
That makes sense?
Oh, wait.
Yeah, Con.
Go ahead.
I have another question, sorry.
Yeah.
So, it sounded like you were gonna say like maybe a woman could say this, like let's take a break, like a fleshly break.
Okay, without me going into names, we already got this situation. I just told y'all the other day. We got a brother that tried to manhandle his wife, right, in another city. She was like, hey, this guy is belligerent. He's angry. I'm not going to be around that, right? The situation itself, already he separated himself from the picture. So you see how different things are different dynamics? Yes, if a woman is getting hands put on her and she's getting abused, the Bible don't bind us to abuse. So yes, a woman too. But that's extreme measures, right? That's extreme measures. It ain't like, well, he says something to me and I didn't like that. It's a different measurement, you know what I mean, in that aspect. You know, most of the times, if it's just disrespect, a man can be talked down on that, right? Sometimes a woman won't be talked down on that. I'm talking about disrespect. I'm not talking about abuse. I'm talking about verbal disrespect. So, regardless, to make it easy, let's just think about it. Every situation is a different dynamic. There's not one situation or one marriageable problem that you could say, oh, they're going to do it like this. Remember, these couple have to realize there's going to be a separation for a time. That has to be on them, contingent on what? Now, check this out. Just to go into it a little more. Go ahead, read on.
Tom, that Satan tempt you not for your inconsistency.
Right, incontinency. That's like, remember, you got the urge, you got the need, so you got to be aware of each other's needs and what you're doing when you put yourself in this situation. That's why you can't play around with this. It'd be better that you guys worked it out and got together, as opposed to now you got to be separate, right? And then somebody's getting the itch. So then Satan comes in and is like, look, you got to get this itch fulfilled. What you gonna do? See, that's why you can't play with this. That's why it's better for you to do all the other qualities that the Most High said. Forgive one another. That because if you bite and devour one another, you're going to be consumed one of another. So there's got to be a long suffering and what yields what happens in marriage. But when one side don't want to yield, now we got a problem. We got what? They like to say it in the world a lot.
Irreconcilable differences.
Irreconcilable differences, meaning we can't come to an agreement. You see? See, but what we try to do is before we just divorce, or build a divorce, we got to try to work it out in Christ. Because a lot of times it can work out. A lot of time forgiveness, reconciling can be done. Yeah.
So, if with the scenario that you gave,
You got to talk louder, sis.
if the husband and wife decide that they want to take the time apart and do like brother and sister,
Uh-huh.
are they still supposed to move as like honor each other in the sense of husband and wife and not deal with other people?
Once again, it depends on, first of all, we know for a woman, you already know that answer.
So that's
For a man, if he's like, look, this woman is never going to get right, I might start opening up the door for options. But that doesn't mean he's fornicating. So remember that.
so I guess very
But I guess that option has always been there for a man, right?
Yeah.
So really what you're asking is,
like in that scenario, although you guys agreed to be brother and sister, you still have to move as a wife, is what I'm asking.
the scripture, read it again.
Go.
It says,
Verse 5.
no, verse 2.
Verse 2.
Go ahead.
Nevertheless, to avoid fornication.
Like, there's no way in here that the relationship is supposed to be, fornication is supposed to be involved. So this separation, male or female, the man is not supposed to just go have sex with a woman. Even though if he meets a woman, it's still time that got to go on. And that got to be worked out. We know with the woman, the Most High said, you're bound to that husband. So, unless you guys are separate, no, it's the same thing. But fornication, if you're asking about fornication, married or non-married, we don't supposed to be fornicating.
Separate part.
What?
That's what I guess I'm not really understanding.
What part?
The separate part of where like you guys agree, like you're not dealing with each other for this time frame, although you're still technically married to that person, correct?
Okay, what are you not understanding though?
That as a woman you can't move any other way. Like you gotta remember that.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Remember, no fornication. Fornication for a woman is what? Going to sleeping with another man. That's adultery. That's a fornication. Fornication for a man is to go do what? Go sleep with another woman that is not his wife. Go sleep with another woman that he hasn't made his wife. He's just sleeping with random women.
Right.
Or, right, not dealing with a woman proper and making this woman his wife.
Right.
So it's no different for male or female. Nobody's supposed to be running around doing their thing. Remember, this is not based on worldly standards.
Yeah, it's not a hall pass. That's the word they use in the
Yeah,
world.
it's not a hall pass.
Yeah.
So he can't just like, well, we've been separated for 6 months and you already slept with another woman. No, he has to do what he's supposed to did in the beginning, which is what? If he has the option to say, you know what, a sister likes me, so I can go ahead and talk to her, and maybe down the road. But a wise man that's in that situation, first of all, already knows he don't want to enter in another situation with 2 demons. Who wants 2 demons? 2 disgruntled women. So why would he just jump into a situation that is a person that don't really believe or he don't really know? He's asking for confusion. So on a man's part, it's obvious his mind got to be in the right place too, just like the woman. Her mind got to be on, okay, why am I separated from my husband, right? And why did we get in this situation, right? So everybody's bound to the law. Yeah.
I asked because
Why are you asking, sis?
because I forget where I heard it from, but I got told before I came here that if you had a husband and you and your husband like separated, you guys could pretty much do your own thing.
Sis, divorce. So I don't know who you heard that from, but we know through divorce.
Yeah, Deuteronomy 24.
Right? Let's go to Romans.
Deuteronomy 24.
Yeah, go to Deuteronomy 24:1. But yeah, you probably heard. See, the problem is this. I don't know who you heard it from, but maybe you didn't hear the entire. Oh, what I'm saying is this. You didn't hear the entire conversation. If you separate from your husband through divorce, right? So what we're talking about here tonight is that you guys are separated for a certain amount of time with consent. That's not divorce. Divorce is, here's the bill of divorce. Shalom, sis.
Ain't no coming back.
Ain't no coming back.
That's what the law says. No.
Right? I'm done. That's that. When you get that paper, that bill of divorce, that's it. Nada más. I'm messing. Go ahead. Deuteronomy 24:1.
Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 1. When a man has taken a wife and married her, and it comes to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because
try it one more time. Read it from the top. Read it again.
When a man has taken a wife and married her, and it comes to pass that she find no favor in his eyes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Because he has found some uncleanliness in her.
Right? So he found no favor in her eyes because there was uncleanness. Now, we know the law comes back and tells us it can't be for anything. Right? Let's go there. Since I got to go here because we got new people and she's asking. All right? Maybe you guys all know this, but we're going to go back to the New Testament because you got the law. And then you got Christ going to this law and giving us understanding. All right?
Matthew 19,
go to
verse 8.
Yeah, go to Matthew 19 and 8.
Start at verse 7.
All right? Come on, read that.
Matthew chapter 19, verse 7.
Go ahead.
They say unto him, why did Moses then come?
No. Start up. 19 and verse oh yeah.
Start at 3.
Oh man, you really. Yeah, 3. Go ahead.
Come. Matthew chapter 19, verse 3.
Go ahead.
The Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him.
They what?
Tempting him.
Yeah, tempting him. This wasn't about them learning. This was about they just wanted to bring confusion. You get a lot of people do that. They not. It's not that they really want to know. Is that they just want to bring confusion.
Right.
But Christ does what? He's going to teach. He's not going to worry about their confusion. Go ahead.
And saying unto him, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife?
Now they knew the law. We just read it in Deuteronomy 24. Read on in Deuteronomy 24.
Because he had found some uncleanliness in her.
Go ahead.
Then let him write her a bill of divorcement.
And
give it in her hand.
So they're trying to catch him and act like he don't know the law, but they knew the law, right? They're tempting him. They knew what was written in Deuteronomy 24. They knew that. Go ahead. Go back in Matthew's.
God, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause?
So you see how they twisted it? For every cause. So, which is good because Christ is going to give us understanding now. Their little games was able to teach all of us. For every cause. Like I always say, When I met her, she was slim and exactly how I wanted. 20 years later, her ankles are thick as hell, like Trump's ankles. You see his ankles is swelling up? Right? You're like, man, bro, I don't want those Trump ankles. Right? She ain't on top of it. That's for every, that's like, you can't divorce your wife because of that. Right? That's for every cause. Right, bro? But her breath stink now. Well, got to get that oral hygiene up. Floss. You know what I mean? Get some of that black seed oil. Yeah. You got that.
Okay.
But I mean, what? Come on, you give me some examples of brothers why they want to divorce their rib. Like, that'd be the most pettiest things.
Now you said it. It'd be the carnal thing.
Yeah, it'd be the carnal things. It's like, it ain't, when it gets into we're firing it off at each other, that's a whole different level.
Yeah.
But it's something you dislike or something you dislike in him that changed, or he got chubby now, he got a man bod, or, you know what I mean? All that madness, right?
She got health issues. I gotta leave out.
Right. She got health issues. You know, I don't want to take care of her. Even though I told her she was going to have health issues. It's like, that's, your love can't be based on that.
God.
You got to deal with that. Right? Go ahead.
And he answered and said unto them, have ye not read
Right?
that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female?
Go ahead.
And said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother.
Note that. You're supposed to leave your father and mother. Your mama and your daddy ain't got nothing in your conversation, in your relationship. That'd be the problem with a lot of relationships. You still in your mom pull up. You know what I mean? She walking in the house arguing with you.
Jeez.
That don't supposed to happen. Go ahead.
And shall cleave to his wife.
You guys are supposed to be one accord. And if mama or daddy does got something to say, it got to be book. Anybody got anything to say in counsel and wisdom, it got to be book, right?
Time.
Go ahead.
And they twine, sloppy. And they twine shall be one flesh.
So at some point in time, there was supposed to be a oneness, right? Not just physically, mentally and spiritually. That you were supposed to be in one mind, one judgment. But something happened. Something happened along the way. We really weren't connected. We just met up. We came to class together and we found out that we was F buddies, but there's no such thing as F buddies. That we're really bound to each other. And you're like, damn, I met you. I didn't mean, she's my wife? You're like, but I just met her. What happened? Right? So now, how about if you say, you know what, but I want to respect the gospel. Yeah, we did meet like that, but let's grow into this relationship. And how about it never grows? How about if the minds never still connect? So you got a physical connection, but you don't got a spiritual connection. So now you got wars and you got fightings among yourself and you got battles and you got things that, because now the spirit ain't what merging. Like you merge through sex, but that's not marriage. That's part of marriage. Right? And everything else is just out of whack. So now you got what? Trial in marriage, right? You got trial in these relationships. But what are you trying to do? You're trying to be a good Hebrew Israelite brother or sister and honor what the Most High said. You didn't come in and be like, well, Ayok, I met her last week from Tinder. And yeah, I split that. Do I really gotta be? No, you were like, you know what? I'm gonna do what the scripture says. I'm gonna try to grow in this relationship, and that's what you do. But things are still battles and wars, right? Go ahead.
Wherefore they are no more twain. One flesh.
Right. So you're supposed to be one, right? One mind, one judgment. Go ahead.
But therefore God hath joined together.
Right.
Let not man put asunder.
So that part right there, we know the other scripture, it says a godly woman is given to a godly man. What we try to do with that a lot is say, listen, God brought us together. Not when you met her in the bathroom of the club.
On Tinder.
You met her on Tinder, you be like, the Lord brought us together. You hit it the first night, the Lord brought you together? Really?
We went to school together.
Yeah, we went to school together.
Lord brought us together. Brought us back together.
Right, you were his backup. You broke up with your husband, and he was the friend all the time there. And then you guys got together, and then you thought it was going to work. So, did the Most High bring this together? A lot of times, man, it's sex and sex and then sex. It's no honorable. You're not coming together and on it. So when you come into the truth, you got a lot of these couples that come into the truth, and they're just like, damn, but I want to be a Hebrew Israelite and do it the way the law says. And then you start trying. You start trying to what? Be merged. And a lot of times, man, it's still drama. Right? For whatever. Go ahead.
They say unto him.
You're done with Ecclesiasticus. Go ahead.
They say unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement?
So he comes back and is letting us know that no, the Most High didn't intend for that. The Most High didn't intend for you to be divorced. Well, then why did Moses give us the law? They thought they were catching Christ. They thought, well, we got him now. Well, why did Moses give the law if divorce wasn't needed? Read on.
And to put her away.
Go ahead.
He said unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts.
The what?
The hardness of your hearts.
Now, like I always like to say, has that hardness left? A lot of times, these marriages can't be salvaged because you got individuals that won't yield to what is right. They don't want to work it out. They don't want to fix it. They want to be stubborn and have that rebellious spirit when it comes to yielding. So that's why Deuteronomy 24 is there. But what should we be working at? Deuteronomy 24 to get a divorce, or do what the Most High intended from the beginning? We should be working towards that marriage, right? We should be building. But what about if you got a demon? And they can be like, listen, I love you. You my rib. And he's choking your ass out. You ain't going to have me be like, sister, you bound to this nigga beating you? That's not what Christ said. He said, you're not joined to a harlot. The Most High didn't join us to a harlot, to someone that is backwards and out of the way. You know what I mean? But that's my rib. You're beating her. I could tell y'all some stuff. Brothers was doing weird stuff. Talk about it's my rib. Exactly. Talk about it's my rib. I can do whatever I want. Like, bro, you're breaking the laws. You're breaking the laws of the Most High. So you got it. Not only our women part, you got men too that come from the world that they don't want to change a lot of things, and they too themselves. And the sister's like, I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to live like that no more. So it comes to this point. So that's why the Most High knew what was going on with us in the flesh. He knew what we was going to have to battle. Just think about it. So that's why Deuteronomy 24 is there. Read on.
Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffer you to put away your wives.
Go ahead.
But from the beginning, it was not so.
Read on.
And I say unto you, whatsoever shall put away.
That whosoever what?
Whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication.
Right.
And shall marry another, committeth adultery.
Okay, so you got fornication. You got spiritual fornication, and you got physical fornication. So think about it. She's like, you ain't leaving me, and I'm bringing the Christmas tree in the house. You gonna have to be with her? Is that what Christ is saying? Nah, I'm serving Molech, and you know what? I'm celebrating, I'm eating pork. You gotta be with me because the Bible said no. Fornication is you also spiritually denying what's right in the spirit of the Most High. Right?
I'm not submitting to that.
I'm not submitted to that. Well, then I have the bounds to divorce. Y'all get that? Is that clear? That's simple, sis. You understand that? Okay, that way, because that's why I read all the way down. That way, it's clear. Because I know a lot of y'all know that, but we gotta know what stance we're dealing with. We're dealing with what Christ said.
Yeah.
Right? And there is times, unfortunately, where the stubbornness of your heart and the belligerency and the back and forth and the drama, that you guys are just not meant for each other. That's the sad thing about it, that you're just not meant. And you're going to keep bringing torment to yourselves, right? And that's why he gave us Deuteronomy 24. That makes sense? Sis? Okay. Did I answer your question? Okay. Did the question?
That was, you answered both parts.
I answered both parts of the question.
Her question kind of encompasses everything.
Encompasses everything. Okay. What? Anything else?
I mean, I got to see what they.
Was there something that I left out that wasn't clear? All right, because I try to go slow. What was not clear? Everything was clear for you, Ak? I know that's kind of new to you. Okay, there you go.
She came back.
Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
So my question would be like, if a woman's like sleeping with another dude, ain't she like his real now? Like me personally, worldly or spiritually, if a woman committed adultery on me, I'm not saying I'm bad.
That's adultery. Well, did you? Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Did you misunderstand that? Or what I was saying? Or are you just asking a new question?
It's like kind of a new question, but like.
Okay, all right. Yeah, adultery is adultery.
Like she belonged to him now, so I shouldn't take her back.
Adultery is adultery. You have the right to cut her off. All right? Get the law. Let's go there. Once again, I know y'all know this, but we got to get this. Because brothers, we got to remind everybody, we're book for book. This is what it says, right? You cut her off because she committed adultery, right? Yeah. I mean, you know what I mean. You're asking the question, not you, but if. You know what I mean? Yeah. What if? Go to where we at? And then why we get that?
You want verse 4?
Huh?
24 and 4.
Okay, 24 and 4. Come on. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 4.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's not.
Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 2.
Yeah. Read.
Yeah.
And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and beat another man's wife.
There it is. Yeah. Literally, it's giving you bill of divorce. Once you get that bill of divorce, right? She is allowed to go be somebody's wife. Go ahead. It's not against the law. Go ahead.
And if the latter husband hate her and write her a bill of divorcement, and give it in her hand,
right,
and sendeth her out of her house,
right,
or if the latter husband died, which took her to be his wife,
go ahead,
her former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife.
So this is the thing, that she's cut off. That's why the Most High is showing us you cannot play with this.
Yeah,
this can't be
serious.
A game.
It's serious.
It can't be a game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not really understanding.
If she goes and sleeps with another man, the man that first was with her can't take her back.
Nope.
He don't supposed to give her mercy.
Yeah, ain't no what breakups to makeups.
Yeah.
No.
Now here's the thing. Can he give her mercy? It's up to that man. But the Most High, the law is telling us, nah, don't give her no mercy. She got demons on her anyway. She's being passed around. What's up? No. She's giving me her son's look right now. Oh, I thought you had it. You didn't have that?
I do have a question. Right?
Go ahead.
I was trying to see if his question works both ways though. Like the adultery. Like he said, if a woman commit adultery.
Yeah, if a man commit adultery.
If a man commits adultery, does his wife put him away? Yeah, that's why I was confused. I want to know.
Yes, you know why? Because that Negro will be dead. In the law, if you committed adultery, you were done. They bring you both out and kill you. Yeah, so obviously you ain't nobody's wife no more. Nobody's husband. Right. You're both dead. Now, let me just say this. We got new sisters. We're not saying anybody's going to be stoned or killed. But to answer her question, the technical way is, yes, nobody would be in this relationship no more because they would be done away with. Right. So remember, adultery for a man, right. Adultery for a woman. Mm-hmm. Adultery for a man is when a man sleeps with another man's wife.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
I'm glad you said
right.
that.
And then fornication is he just going and sleeping around. So that's not acceptable either. Right. That if the law is plain, if he gets 2 wives, he's got to be able to handle both wives. Do the duty to be able to handle those things. And you know our stance on it. If you come into this body, you're supposed to be a man of 1 wife first before you think about anywhere getting 2 women, right? So that's got to be first in your mind. Yeah.
I guess with the 24th part, that was confusing me, was where it says if the latter husband died.
If the latter husband died, so
yeah,
he died. Right? Let's say him and his wife separated. I'll do me. Me and my wife separated, right? And then she go marry somebody else. Mm-hmm. And then that somebody else dies. And then she come back to me. It don't supposed to happen like that. Do that.
So this is in context of separation, not divorce.
No, this is divorce. Okay. Remember, it started from verse 1. Divorce. Remember, sis, let's get a little bit deeper. In the law, there was no separating for a time. Your ass was going to lock in. Right? The Most High wasn't dealing with that. Paul came and gave us that understanding because what else would happen if we didn't separate? There'd be just divorces. So Paul got that from Christ. He's reminding us that, look, like in what Moses, he said, for the hardness of your heart. So Paul came in and he's like, look, in the spirit of the Most High, you guys need to take a break. Or else it's going to be destruction and just marriages broken up.
Yeah.
So, but in those days, you wasn't taking no break. You had to deal with that. You had to deal with that wife. And if she was wicked, she'd be killed. If the husband was wicked, he'd die. There was no taking time apart. There was you guys coming to the judges, and then the judges would tell you what you guys need to work on and do the proper way. That's how it is. And then we can go through all those scriptures too, because it tells you about if he deals with jealousy. Oh. Like if it was like, well, it was based off of jealousy. It wasn't like, well, I'm based off of jealousy, so I'm going to just move this way. No, you were going to go to the judges, and they were going to rectify the jealousy. You were going to do what? Snap out of it. Right? Now, if it said, he said there was no uncleanliness, if he found some uncleanliness in her, it had to be something legitimate. Mm-hmm. Right? Even in the law, it had to be something legitimate. So you couldn't just be like, I woke up today, man, I feel she loves somebody else. Well, you got to go to the priest. You couldn't just leave her. You were making her commit adultery, and then they were going to deal with you. They'd kill you too. Because why? You're breaking the laws of the Most High. There was severity there. Right. You couldn't just abandon ship. You had to do it the right way in the law.
Yeah.
You go bring it before the priest.
And it's showing again, like you said, how serious divorce is. Because it's not that what happens today where you could divorce and then I could come back and remarry you again.
Yeah.
Jeremiah talks about that ground is polluted.
Yeah.
It's spiritually polluted because you've been with this man and he's been guiding you and leading you, and now you want to come back.
Yeah.
But you already been polluted by the world.
Yep.
You already got your perspective that got you separated, divorced from the first place. But now you're going to deal with another man, and what is he teaching?
Yeah.
He's teaching more confusion. You was in line with that. Now I got to eradicate those demons as well.
Just let's think about it. Well, the same thing happens in America, right? Mm-hmm. Thou hast 10 husbands?
Yeah.
Like, which one of you was a virgin and got with your husband? Why do you think you got so many problems now? Because Tyrone told you to cook eggs this way. Jaquan told you to cook eggs this way. You know what I mean? Tyrese said do it this way. Mm-hmm. And let's go back to Jaquan. He had sex on the rooftop. You know what I mean? Tyrone had sex in the car. Like, what did you offer to your marriage when you got with your husband? Problems, mental issues, and now what has to happen? As a Hebrew Israelite man, there got to be some healing. So let's just think about it, why the law was set up that way. Because that land will be polluted. Your whole mind, your mentality will be polluted. That's why you have all these issues. Because now you got an opinion. You know what I mean? Well, man, Tyrese was long and strong.
Oh, God damn.
Right? He was a gangster. Man, how he did it. And now you what? You get with your husband, he's a 3-minute thug. And you like what? In the back of your mind, you ain't going to say nothing. But what's working on you in the back of your mind? Tyrone, call him. Right? So when the Most High says, when he said in Jeremiah, the word says that land is polluted, it is polluted.
Yeah.
So that's why it was none of that stuff going on back then. The Most High was keeping the land clean from all this madness. And that's why the severity of the law was severe. All right. Sis, what other one? Question.
You still want to go? All right. It said, what if... Hold on. No, he's going in.
Where we at?
It said, what if only one side of the marriage makes the agreement when it comes to separation?
See, well, it depends here. If that... Say it again? So she didn't hear.
What if one side of the marriage makes the agreement when it comes to separation?
Okay, so I wasn't clear. I wasn't... what I walked y'all through, I must have not been clear. If you're asking this question again. Did you hear the question, Shwasha?
No, I was wondering why that wasn't coming up, because you made it clear.
I made, what did I make clear?
Maybe it's a little late. I don't know.
No, what did I make clear?
You have to come to an agreement of the separation, unless like the other person's just like being unruly and won't work with you, then there's no agreement there. You cannot do that, but you both have to agree.
There you go. Like, so you got an instant where two people are realizing what is good for each other. Then you got the other side where you got a disgruntled knucklehead that don't want to recognize that.
Yeah, it's a wicked woman. That's what it said.
Like, what do you do with that? Like, you got to say, okay, look, I'm going to do this for your sake because I want to honor you. Right? Like even the sister out in Rochester, she's like, we reminded her, sister, you're still married. You know what I mean? Nobody's saying you're not, but your husband got to get his act together. He can't just be running around abusive, doing crazy stuff, right? She knows that. So male or female, if the woman is disgruntled and he's like, well, look, I don't want to go through the Ecclesiastes 25, cut you off of the flesh and give you the bill of divorce. I still love you, baby. So what I want to do is we got to be put aside. Well, I don't want to be put aside. Well, okay, like what you gonna do? You gonna force me to deal with your disgruntled spirit, your disrespect, you're out of order? Like it don't work like that. Either I could give you a divorce, or we can go ahead and do what the scriptures say and try to work this out. Which one do you want? What?
It's like the same concept as mothers when you do like with Casadera. I don't want to go to sleep. Okay, you want to get booked? No, I don't want to get booked. So you want to go to sleep?
Right.
I'll go to sleep. You're either going to leave,
Right.
or I'm going to meet you.
Very simple.
Right. I don't understand why that's not clear.
Yeah.
Like, remember, a disgruntled person is no longer caring about, obviously, about the standard of the Most High from the get. Let's be real. From the door, they're not basing anything off of, let me follow the gospel. Right? What's she doing? She's beating somebody up over there?
One life
Oh, but y'all understand? Y'all understand that? Is that clear?
God.
What is not clear? What am I not saying? What else?
Last one said, if a man catches a disease from his second rib, can first rib divorce him?
The man and the wife can separate if there's fornication and adultery. If a man is out catching diseases, y'all, come on now.
Yeah.
What is he doing? You jump fly kick somebody? You ran out there like you opened the door and did a jump kick. Ew. I'm just kidding. It's late now. Read that one more time.
It said, if a man catches a disease from his second rib, can first rib divorce him?
If a man catches a disease from his second rib, that's a good one. That is a good one. Your relationship got to be based off of wisdom and understanding. It's her prerogative to stay in that relationship, right? And they say, you know what? I don't want to deal with this. It's her right. But let's go back. Let's go back to the law. Let's go back to the road of the law. That's where we're not going to be wrong. Was he fornicating and did he do it wrong? Because that's when divorce can come in. Fornication or adultery, right? He could catch a disease from you. So what then? Yeah, y'all get that? Like we're playing word games now. Like she can do whatever she want to do, but she don't supposed to leave him unless it be for fornication or adultery. So what relationship, who has got in a relationship, or which one of you ever been in a relationship that you got burnt? You got chlamydia. Did you leave? You got chlamydia. Did you leave him?
Yes.
Okay. So of course you did, because it was a worldly relationship.
Yeah, you definitely didn't prove him. You didn't do the.
Yeah, you didn't do nothing. That goes back to what we started out. Thank you for ending class on the good note. Mm-hmm. That this is why you don't deal with their judgment. Right. You know, like that's the whole point. Mm-hmm. That's the whole point. This is why you don't deal with worldly judgment, worldly decision making. Mm-hmm. You got to judge according to righteous judgment. Mm-hmm. So yes, the husband is supposed to do all to know. A man that is this is what you have to understand. A whole different dynamic y'all finna take me into. When a man deals with more than one wife, he's got to be wise enough who the hell he's getting with, one or two. So he's got to be conscious that he's going to bring that from the second wife to the first wife. So if he's dumb as hell and he's just willy-nilly with his ding-a-ling, that can happen. So there's going to be consequences of that, and there's going to be the raging of the first wife. But that's why it's his job to, whether first wife or second wife, let's go to the clinic together. First wife or second wife, to go to the clinic together and say, hey, let's make sure we're both good. So that should happen. But divorce comes through fornication or adultery. If he's fornicating and adultery, there's weight for that. But you're trying to say, well, he slipped up. He didn't go to the doctor with her. Shit, the punishment in itself is the disease. Yeah, he not using wisdom. He went and lay with this woman, and then used his damn brains. That's the punishment in itself. Yeah.
So he catches a lifer. She's supposed to stick around and catch that too.
I must be talking too fast. Am I talking too fast? No. Okay, all right. So it's not. All right, now it's not me talking too fast. No, sis. No, she's not. Let me just be plain. The Most High didn't bind us to stupidity, ignorance, death, and destruction. Right? Let's go there. I put this one the other day. Was it? Go to 1 Corinthians. Let's go. I just quoted. It was it 15? He said he has in 1 Corinthians 6 and 15. I'm sorry. 6 and 15 and 16. Let's make it easy. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 15.
Go ahead.
Know ye not that your bodies are the members of Mashiach?
Right, the members of Yahweh Shai. So your body is a member of Christ. Go ahead.
Shall I then take the members of Christ and make them the members of an harlot? God forbid.
God forbid. Go ahead.
What? Question mark. Know ye not that he which is joined to an harlot
Right.
is one body?
Right. So if you're joined to a harlot, you're a whore. You have nothing of Christ. Yes, ma'am. 1 Corinthians 6, 15 and 16. Yeah, so no, the Most High is not binding us to things like that. No, you don't have to stay with him if he gave you a quarter pounder with cheese, the HIV. Obviously, you both got punished. All three of you got punished.
Yeah.
So you better use wisdom in what the hell you're doing. So, any other questions? I mean, as simple as that. Like, y'all got punished, right? You got the package. You ran out.
Very simple.
You ran out and what? Didn't realize who you were getting with.
You didn't prove a friend.
You didn't prove a friend.
All the basics that we've been teaching.
Yeah.
Like this man, like not if it happened amongst us, all the classes that we get with relationships, not judged by the sight of your eye, or because she got a head wrap, or because he had a Hebrew name. If you ended up catching a STD in here,
it's because you skipped a lot of points.
Con.
You know what I mean?
For your own lust.
Yeah, but especially nowadays, you might want to check if she got a wee-wee, if anything.
She used to have a wee-wee.
Or she used to have a wee-wee. So,
God.
Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
All right, are we done?
It's almost old school, guys. We're gonna keep
Right?
keep going.
Jesus Christ. I'm just trying to answer the questions, though.
God.
So long as they got answered and they're not going to avoid them and act like they ain't get answered.
Yes.
Or we ain't take 3 hours to answer it. Long as you, I love putting my time in for Israel.
I hope they took
I'm here to
notes.
serve.
I hope they took notes.
All right. Anything else?
That's it.
Everything else good? I know y'all made it through. Some of the brothers did. All right. Was that it?
Shell shock. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Salute them online. Say shalom.
Shalom.
We're gonna stand and salute brothers and dismiss. And stand and salute the sisters.
Shell shock.